The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
An ESPN report about the Jets wide receivers, I think, certainly makes us Jet fans curious, to say the least. We'll talk about that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, here on a Thursday, our final show until the 4th of July. Just a quick heads up, I'm hosting on local radio tomorrow on ESPN New York from 10 a.m. to 2:30. So enjoy your 4th of July, as we will not have a YouTube show, but tune into the radio show, download the ESPN New York app and listen, or just put on 880 a.m. if you're in the tri-state area, and you'll hear me until Yankees-Mets pregame coverage gets underway on our air. With that said, let's talk about the Jets wide receiver position. And it's fitting because at the end of the show today, we're going to be giving away a signed Wayne Chrebet jersey. If you watched the first show earlier, all the raffle entries and super chats, they count towards the prize at the end of this show. A joint raffle, a daily raffle combining both of the shows to give away a signed Wayne Chrebet jersey at the end of this one. Thank you to everyone who continues to support the channel. But it's fitting because we're talking about wide receivers. And I was reading a story on ESPN.com today, and Rich Cimini wrote this about the Jets wide receiver room. He highlighted Josh Reynolds. The article focused in on which players around the league have shined with their teams. And Reynolds was the standout for the New York Jets. Cimini writing, quote, after a strong offseason, Josh Reynolds is the clear-cut leader for the wide receiver 2 job. He arrived with little fanfare as a free agent, 1 year, $2.8 million deal, mainly because of a down 2024 with the Broncos and Jaguars. It was also a turbulent year. He suffered arm and head wounds in a shooting. New Jets coach Aaron Glenn knows Reynolds from their time in Detroit, where the 30-year-old receiver was a solid complementary option. Beyond Garrett Wilson, the Jets lacked big playability after cutting Devontae Adams. Reynolds has separated from Allen Lazard and others. Okay. On one hand, I think if I told you Josh Reynolds is the number 2 wide receiver, you'd say, Jake, that's not that surprising. The fact that it's clear cut, to me, speaks more about the Jets wide receiver room not being any good than, Josh Reynolds is having this amazing offseason. Like, I'm sure he's making plays in practice, and we've seen a couple of those plays that have been tweeted out by the Jets, and we've had reporters on the show who have talked about some of the plays he's made. But if Josh Reynolds is the clear-cut leader for the wide receiver 2 job, this wide receiver room is not any good. And my biggest concern is what happens if Garrett Wilson rolls an ankle and has to miss some time. So I'm not sitting here telling you that the Jets are going to go out there and they're going to add, a legitimate weapon to their room, but they should certainly consider adding someone else to that room if it's so clear and obvious that Reynolds is the wide receiver 2 already. I mean, I just very underwhelmed with that room. Keenan Allen is still out there, right? Bring him in. Jets have a lot of financial flexibility still. They could use another player in that room. Now, maybe someone emerges in training camp, but if someone gets hurt there, I mean, Allen Lazard, we know what he is. The fact that Allen Lazard couldn't make it a real battle for wide receiver 2, that it's already Josh Reynolds who just got here 5 minutes ago, like, I read this, and I'm not like, wow, I'm excited for Josh Reynolds. I read this, and I'm like, man, the wide receiver room is not great. And look, if Mason Taylor's awesome and he becomes the second option, you could probably get away with Josh Reynolds being your second receiver. We know the Jets are going to want to run the ball. But I just think they are a player short in that room, and I'm concerned. I have no expectations for Malachi Corley. In fact, I don't even think he's going to be on the team by the time we get to week 1. I think his roster spot is absolutely in jeopardy. So I'm very underwhelmed with that room. Now, one thing I keep coming back to is something that Joe Caporoso said on Badlands a couple months ago. Like, I disagree with the Jets' thinking here, but I think Joe did a really good job explaining probably what Glenn and Muji were thinking when they were putting together this roster. I'll play you the clip and then react on the other side.
At receiver, I think they're going to be the most run-heavy team in the NFL. My guess, and people might laugh at this, but if you really look at it, this isn't that crazy. Josh Reynolds had a really weird life year last year. 2 years ago, Josh Reynolds was like a key part of a team that should have went to the Super Bowl. Now he had
made some big plays,
had a killer drop in the NFC Championship game, but was like a 60 catch guy who was playing every snap on a team that was literally a quarter away from going to the Super Bowl, and put together like 2 to 3 good years for Sean McVay, like hopping in whenever someone got hurt. Like, he is probably a little better than he gets credit for. And I bet you Tanner Engstrom, who had him as the passing game coordinator, is probably like, in this offense, yeah, this guy could be our number 2 receiver for now. And yes, they still have Lazard around, where if Rodgers decides to come back, you could trade him to Pittsburgh for a 7th-round pick and whatever. Everyone goes their separate ways. And if he doesn't, Glenn probably saw him with Rodgers a ton a few years ago and was like, look, this guy could play 20 snaps a game and block, and that's it. Now, do I agree with that? No, but they're probably internally like, between Lazard and Reynolds, we can get 75 catches for 700 yards and 2 smart guys who aren't going to go off sides and line up in the wrong place, although Lazard does that all the time, and will block down the field. And again, I'm not agreeing with it, but that's probably what they're thinking.
And I think that's like a good breakdown, a fair breakdown, what Joe is saying in that clip. But the problem is what they alluded to at the end. Like, Lazard was bad. He would commit stupid penalties. It's going to be better now without Aaron Rodgers. Like, I don't get it. I don't like this wide receiver room. Now, hopefully someone emerges, or Josh Reynolds is incredible, and we're looking back on it being like, remember when we doubted the Jets with the Josh Reynolds signing? But does anyone really think that's going to happen? I'd be flabbergasted if Josh Reynolds has this outstanding season. The Jets are banking on what you heard Joe just say. They're banking on running the ball. I think Brees has probably a possibility of being the quote-unquote number 2 pass catcher on the team, right? He might get a ton of targets. At least he should. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just very underwhelmed by that room. I am. I mean, look, hopefully Arian Smith surprises all of us, but really? So, on one hand, hey, great to hear Josh Reynolds having an awesome offseason. But the guy signed a $2.8 million contract for a reason. Like, clear-cut leader for the wide receiver 2 job. I mean, that to me, once again, is more about the other guys in that room than it is, hey, here's Josh Reynolds. He's awesome, and he's going to be great with the Jets this year. Think about that. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Reminder for those tuning in late, we are giving away a signed Wayne Corbett jersey at the end of the show. If you want to enter the raffle, gift channel memberships to be a part of it, or send in a $10 super chat or higher, and we will add your name to the list. If you win, all you got to do is provide the address, and I will get the jersey sent out to you this week. If you don't win, that's okay too, because we have other prizes as part of our weekly raffle that we do on the show. We've been doing these since December 1st. These are the top prizes this week. I think if you're a diehard Jet fan, how could you not want a signed Broadway Joe Namath helmet, a signed Don Maynard helmet, a signed Joe Klecko helmet, and a signed Darrelle Revis helmet? Those are the top prizes. So gift away to be entered in the Asmaniac raffle at the end of the show. And, of course, our weekly raffle. Speaking of Asmaniacs, I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out the group of Asmaniacs I got lunch with today here in New York. Rick Kent, Addison, Big Fella, Knob, Nick Shine, Nate. Great to see everyone. Rick and Addison on a red eye last night. Made it in town, so they're here for the weekend in New York, so it was good to catch up with them. And I can confirm, I've met the big fellow before. He is still big. So great group, a lot of fun. That's why the show started at 5 as opposed to 4 or 4:30. Also Carly, too. She was there as well. So shout out to everyone from the lunch earlier. Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. I'm going to get to your calls, but first let's pause and let's talk about contest weekend at Circa, baby.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week. No point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Check it out, Circa. If you're a sports gambler, they have the best pro football contest. We'll be out there at the end of Vegas this year for contest weekend. It's when you could first sign up for the league, for the contest. So check it out. I mean, you have a chance to win millions of dollars. It's crazy. But you should see the amount of people that enter this thing every year. It gets bigger and better. And if you're just going to Vegas, I mean, I cannot recommend Circa enough. It's my go-to spot. Best sportsbook, indoor and outdoor. Great restaurants. Just an awesome place. And shout out to all the Asmaniacs who were there a couple of years back when we had our first ever road trip game for the Jets and the Raiders back in 2023. Once again, another trip where everything was great until the game started. AZ Frankie Castle starts us off today. Amari Cooper, I don't know. The wide receivers are bleak. Tyler Lockett was there. I don't understand why the Jets don't add needed weapons. Surprise wide receiver resurgence possibly. I just don't know who on this team is going to have this like surprise season. Could Reynolds be okay? Sure. But he's not really a 2. He's probably a 3 or a 4. Realistically. I think Keenan Allen would be the guy. I don't think they're going to sign him. Black Gypsy. Super chat. Cuts the line. Fields only needs wide receiver 1, tight end 1, RB 1. Let's be real. Yeah, we say that, but what if there's an injury? Gator writes in, Gabe Davis is 26 years old. Might be worth adding to the roster more so than old farts. Is Gabe Davis still a free agent, Gator? Because I would agree with you. I don't think Gabe Davis is great, but at least he's had moments. I know he was released by the Jaguars, and didn't he meet with the Steelers? Reports say he's, quote, still an option for the Steelers, but they didn't sign him after they met with him, which is usually a sign that they're not going to sign him if this many days have gone by. I would take Gabe Davis. I would. I don't know. I'd have to look into more why he ultimately didn't sign with the Steelers. Is he still hurt? No, the point is, Josh Reynolds, clear-cut wide receiver, too. More about the wide receivers. That's my thing. It's like, just bring in someone. At this point, you're bringing him in on a one-year deal. Like, you could cut him in training camp. Man. Jets Worldwide, is Corey Davis available? I thought he was coming out of retirement. Did he ever end up signing with anyone? I don't think he did, right? I don't believe he did. All right, let's do this. The first person to gift channel memberships, we will double it. So if you gift 5, you're in for 10. We'll do that for the inaugural gifting here on our second show of the day. Reminder, last show until probably at least Saturday, because we're not doing a show tomorrow on the 4th of July. Hope everyone enjoys some hot dogs tomorrow, like Mark Sanchez did circa 2009. And also, I'd be remiss if I didn't wish everyone happy 4th of July, except V-Man, because we know he doesn't enjoy the 4th of July. He's not a fan. Have fun at work tomorrow, England, and V-Man. Shout out to Gator for sending me this before the show. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. We'll keep it going here. I'm also going to gift 5 memberships here on the show. Get us going here. A little listener appreciation this month. So if you get your membership from me, I'm not going to enter myself in my own raffle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add whoever got it in the raffle. So I'm going to send 5 out right now, baby. I just sent out 5 channel memberships.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.
Thank you, Aaron. 5 memberships were just gifted. And as I was doing that, holy crap, they're flying off the shelves now. Frank P., you narrowly beat out Bo, it appears, to be the first person in the raffle. We're doubling your contribution. Thank you, as always, Frank. Good luck. You are in for 20. And I think I have it in front of me. First show today, you also gifted 10. So you have, right now, 30 tickets in the Corvette raffle at the end of the show. Bo is in the Asmaniac raffle for 10. Shout out to Bo C. And when Bo gifts channel memberships, we take you back to one of the great commercials in our country's history.
Bo knows football. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows tennis. Bo knows basketball, too.
Bo knows channel memberships.
Yeah. Okay. 10 from Bo. My computer's moving so slow right now. I apologize, guys. JR3, are you kidding me? A 20 spot. Wow, it's happening, baby. America.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
America, baby. I got my flag right here. JR in the raffle for 20. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. I got to grab my umbrella. It's raining memberships. I'm going to shout everyone out, and then we're going to get to your calls here on a little Thursday, July 3rd. July 3rd Eve program here. Tuned in late. We opened the show talking about Rich Cimini's report that Josh Reynolds is the clear-cut wide receiver 2 for the Jets, which, don't get me started. Here we go. Wrong button, damn it. StreamYard, what are we doing here? Where's my rain? Ah, there it is. Whoa. Now I need my umbrella. Here we go. The following, I don't know, maybe like 50 people just got memberships, are now all channel members, courtesy of the greatest listeners in sports. These were the 5 that I gifted. They went to Donnie Alford, Pete Sincor, TriStar Jet, Jeremy Heedy, Zoom, and Tony Joe. I'm going to enter each of you guys in the raffle. Black Gypsy gifted a channel membership, and it went to listener Thomas Sassano. These are the memberships here from JR3. Get ready, baby. We got 20 names to read off. Holy crap, they're not even loading. Oh, I read the wrong names. I don't know. If you hear your name called, you're a channel member. Richie, Hader Ali, Thomas Sassiano, C. Laws, Dart Stevo, Kevin Flynn, Kyle Spurrell, Mazzo, James Atcass, Staxman Sato, Andrew Taylor, Rick B., Bronx Farrell, Devin Robinson, McCoy James, the Jets killed Carl, Russo Lugbauer, MK, NY Jet Fan, Julius Harris, Ethan Hunt, all receiving memberships. There's more. Billy Mays here, but wait, there's more. RIP. Mikhail Edwards, TC, Jets 4-1, Juju, Lee Van, Michael Estrada, M. Goops, Donna, Extinguish the Guilt, Cheeseman, Ed Vargas, Mr. Roberts. I might have been everywhere. I apologize if I missed you because StreamYard is struggling to load. That was a lot of memberships. Happy July 4th, everybody. Thank you for supporting the show as always. We'll do more raffles throughout the month until we get the training camp on the 22nd. Reminder, when you call into the show, you earn a raffle ticket for doing exactly that. Dan, Super Chat, he says, happy and safe 4th, everyone. He's in the raffle now for 5. Ladies and gentlemen, our first caller today is going to do a live unboxing on the air. He received his signed Justin Fields jersey that he won in an Asmaniac raffle earlier this week. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Terriman is here, baby. What's up, Dylan?
What's up? I didn't think I would be the first caller. How we doing?
Come on, man. When you're a weekly guest on the show, you get to cut the line a little bit. I mean, you got to get some perks for that.
I love it. And I still get a raffle ticket for this call. So it's like a double win. I'm
Absolutely
receiving a gift, and I could receive another one later today. So.
That's right.
All right. I guess I'm not surprised by the Lazard stuff. or the Reynolds stuff, excuse me. I always thought there was a sizable gap between him and Lazard, but I guess like to your point, it's like shit. None of these guys can really step up and be that guy to even challenge him for wide receiver 2, and they're not even in camp yet. So
like
it's a little
Lazard,
unfortunate.
Yeah, like Lazard's not good, but like, come on, man. Like you're already clearly being beat out by a guy that barely played last year and like is older than you. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like, come on.
Yeah. So that's my take on that. I always thought Reynolds would be the number 2 when they signed him, just on familiarity alone. And he's just a better version of Lazard in terms of production and his blocking ability. But as I start unboxing this, can you play the Lowski Allen drop real quick? He said something mean in the chat.
Absolutely. For you, Dylan. Hold on. Where is this? I can't find it. This is not the, it's got to be here.
Six Rings hacked you.
He might have. I can't find it. Oh,
That's
here we
funny.
go. Don't worry.
Right.
Fuck you, Alan.
There it is. Don't call me mid, bro. So, all right, here's the package. Let's put the address facing me so that nobody can dox us, right, Jake?
Yes, Beast already did that once.
All right, here
Hold
we
on.
go. Dude, this green is so nice in person. Like, this is such a sweet color.
I'm giving you dramatic music as you unbox this.
Let's see. Oh, look. Stand up.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
The Justin
This is
Fields
sick.
signed jersey. Will Dylan get more than a year of use out of this thing? That is the question.
That's the hope, right? I mean, I'm not optimistic about him. I'm not like on Peter Castro's level, like 11-6, and he's going to compete for MVP. But hey, man, this is the guy I wanted in 2021. So 3 years late, but it's going to look nice right here. I'm taking down this sign. I'll probably move it over here, and I'm putting Fields right there.
Let's go. I'm glad you got it. You deserve it, Dylan. That's awesome.
This is awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Shout out to you and all the Asmaniacs that contribute to the raffle, because you guys are awesome too.
Dylan, you're the man, dude. If you want to stay on or call back, whatever you want to do, man.
Yeah, I'll call back. I'm about to eat some food, so.
Whatever you want to do, man. I'm hanging out here on the 4th of July Eve.
Sounds good. Appreciate
You
it, man.
got it. Dylan Terravin checking in. He won the Fields jersey on Monday, and it already arrived. Pretty awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, while that was happening, a 10 spot from Julian in the raffle for 10. Let's go, man. Memberships flying off the shelves today. Make sure you have that setting on if you want
We're
one.
the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Let me get the 10 here if it lets me get the 10 from Julian. Julian, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Austin Bass, Byron Alacantra, Mo Sports Talk, Louis Stridey Loves Lucci, Lindles, Lex, Crusader, and Michael Halloran. Oh, there's more. John Nestle, John Rosner, all receiving memberships there from Jules. For those tuning in late, we're going to give away a signed Wayne Corbett jersey at the end of the show. A little special giveaway here on the 3rd of July. Jess says, happy 4th, Asmaniacs. Jess, thank you very much. Good luck in the raffle. You are officially now locked in for 5. Let's go. Got a lot of Asmaniacs on the line here, so let's get to your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, this first one today, I think is going to be electric. It's time.
Well, there's a feller they call Charleston Jets rude, 'cause he calls the show nude, never wears a shirt. And some folks, they don't think he's got pants on either. It's a gosh darn nudist camp. Let's hear it for that Charleston Jets Rube and see if he has any Jets points today.
Hey, what about a mummy? Do you know what that is?
What's a mummy?
A mummy is where you kind of go in at an angle and you do like this.
Oh, straight
like, you know
back?
how mummies are in like, kind of give like a mummy pose as you hit the water.
Let's see how you do it, and we will let the chat determine how many raffle tickets that's, because a pool call is worth 2. So is a mummy worth 3 or 4? That's for the chat to decide.
Okay, I'm going to go around to the other side. I'll be back.
All right, here we go. Thank God he's wearing pants as well, people. First, I thought maybe he was camouflaged into the water there. Here we go. Okay. Hopefully we see him. There he is, right across from us. And there's the mummy. Pretty good splash. Chat, how many raffle tickets? 3 or 4? Uh-oh. Now he actually sounds like a robot, not a mummy.
How'd that go?
You get the fuck out.
Call us back, Charleston. Your phone was doing that thing where you sound like a robot. Looks like we're going 3. We're going 3, Mr. Rube. We make a note of that. Going 3. 3 for the Rube. Okay. More calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say hello to a man who will be releasing his own podcast on July 16th. In fact, this man came up during our lunch discussion today. We're all excited for the debut of the Coach Cho Show featuring Shania Twain. Gator says, I think Big Cho might need an intro. Big Cho.
Yeah, it's nice. I like my recliner. No, I just called to check in.
Big Joe.
I don't like all those wrinkles on my head. I don't have that many wrinkles.
We're talking about Big Joe.
My implants are coming in 3 months.
The Kardashian ones?
Put the jet gear on for you. Been running some errands early. Came home just chilling.
Big Joe.
What's up, Jake?
How we doing, Cho?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Cho. I mean, I was at lunch today and people were asking me all about the Big Cho Show.
Uh-oh. Hey, before we get into that, I've got a couple questions. I got you on my computer today. I usually call them with my phone. And a couple things were different. It was trying to make me be a member again and pay whatever the membership fee is for some reason.
Well, make sure you're signed into the email that you're a channel member on because it's connected. Whatever, it's through Google.
Okay. And then the other question I had was on my phone near the chat where you could write in the chat, it's got the happy face and then it's got the $sign where you can do channel memberships.
Yes, if you're on the computer, you could do channel memberships.
I don't see it on here. I was looking for it, I couldn't find it.
You said you're on the computer though, right?
Yeah.
So as long as you're on the desktop, right by the chat where the super chat button is, click that, and then you'll see there's an option for gifting channel memberships.
Okay. I'll check it out. Hey, I have a surprise for you.
A surprise?
Yeah.
Hi. I'm
Shania. Yes. We've heard lots of great things about you, Shania.
Hey.
Stay here.
That's good.
Are
Hi.
you excited for this show with Coach Cho?
Yes, I'm so excited. Ready to get it done.
We're excited.
On July 16th.
Yes. We've been promoting it. We think the debut episode is going to be electric.
Yes. Thank you so much.
We can't wait. Absolutely. Cho's the man. He's the best.
Yes, he is. That he is.
Love it. Coach Cho, I mean, you got a great co-host here.
That I do.
Yeah, that's right. She's the best.
She's bringing that energy.
Yeah, she's the best, man. Co-host / producer.
I love it. We're excited, Coach Cho. I mean, the days, we're counting down to them.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I'm going to call you tomorrow so you can hype us for the New York audience like you said you would.
Call it to the radio show. I'm on ESPN New York 10 to 2:30. I'm going to shout out the Big Cho Show. It's going to be great.
All right. That'll work. I'll call tomorrow between 10 and 2:30.
That's the time slot, Cho. In that window. We'll make it happen.
Is it a certain New York channel?
ESPN New York, 8:80 a.m.
8:80.
Just download the app. That's the best way to listen because you're out of state.
I got an app on my phone. I'll do it that way.
You ever go to Chili's and get like the triple dip? Get a bunch of appetizers?
Yeah.
Another great app as well.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Me too.
You doing okay today?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I got to see some Asmaniacs at lunch today, which is always fun.
Yeah, that seemed nice. I wish I lived up there with you guys.
Well, next time you're in the New York area recruiting, you got to let us know.
I definitely will. Hopefully, I'll get up there soon. If not, I'll see you in October.
That's right.
I got my Jake Asmaniac show shirt on today.
Yeah, show that thing off, Big Show. We love it. And now we can see your whole body because you're calling it from a different angle here.
Yeah. Big Cho.
Jets Worldwide would like me to ask you to smile, although he might be right now. I would say you're in a jolly mood right now, Big Show.
Yeah. I'm in a good mood. Shania always makes me be in a good mood.
Give us a smile, Coach Joe. There it is. I saw it.
It gave you a quick one.
That's tremendous.
Most of the time, I'm either in the chill mode or the serious mode.
And most of the time, you're normally positioned like this. So it's good to see you like a different angle here.
Yeah, that's because I have my phone. I just lay back in the recliner or the bed and call you and chill.
Hey, Coach Joe, I had a listener reach out to me privately. Didn't want their name to be announced.
Okay.
They have a recliner similar to yours.
Right.
They're going to bring it to the Panther game. Like it will be in their car. Would you be willing to autograph it? That was the request.
Of course.
They want it inscribed to so-and-so, all the best, Big Joe.
I got it.
All right. I will let this person know that we are ready to roll for that.
Are they bringing a marker?
They'll bring the Sharpie. Yep.
Okay. I got you. I'm still debating about you had recommended me to get a personalized Jets jersey with Big Cho on the back.
Yes.
But I've been thinking I'm not going to do 69, man, because I got a daughter and everything. She might take it the wrong way, so we got to come up with another number.
I figured 69 was reference to Jason Fabini. What are you referring to?
I guess my mind's in the gutter because I'm referring to something else.
Well, Coach Cho, you know what I have to play now.
Calm your freaky down.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but you know how younger people are. The first thing they see that they're going to think, some bad things.
That's right. 100%.
So I was thinking about maybe doing 65. That's the year I was born, or doing 25. My birthday's on Christmas, so that's the 25th.
What about number 1?
Let's see who's calling me. That's a recruit. I gotta call him back.
Let me talk to him. I'll convince him to go to wherever he needs to go to.
Yeah, I already declined the call.
Oh.
I'll call him back. He's got a whole nother year. He's a 2027 kid, so he's got time. We got time to talk to him.
You know who I heard is a huge fan of yours, by the way? Rick Kent.
Who is Rick Kent?
I sat next to Rick at lunch today, and Rick is a big fan of your role at the school you're at, the specialist role.
Oh, special assistant to the head coach?
Correct.
Yep, that just means I'm his right arm.
You make it happen.
I try to. We're on the phone every day, at least once a day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day.
You ever have long pauses with him, or what's his vibe like on the phone?
I usually listen. He's usually got a bunch to say, and then I just respond, telling me what to do.
Makes sense.
He was just telling me about a player that I used to recruit back in the day, but he went Division I, but now he's leaving and he's thinking about going Division II and coming to Catawba. And since I'm already have a good in with him because he went to the same high school my daughter went to, he wanted me to come up and watch him play when he plays next week. You there, Jake?
So number 1, we're going with the jersey, Big Joe?
Why do you think 1?
Because you're number 1.
I say number 1. You should go with number 1.
Shania says number 1.
See, Shania and I, we're on the same wavelength.
And just have Big Cho on the back.
Big Cho number 1.
Big Cho number 1.
I'm gonna have to get used to that because usually I'm not that guy.
You gotta be that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that
I
guy.
gotta be that guy. Shania says I have to be that guy.
You are. You're Coach Joe, baby.
I guess everybody will know who I am when I show up in October.
Joe, I have a funny feeling if you were not wearing that jersey, people would still be gravitating to you.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. You become a fan favorite, Big Joe.
I wonder what seed I might get next year for the Asmaniac March Madness.
I'll tell you what. Just like the actual March Madness, we got a long way to go.
I know we do. I got a lot of work to do.
I can tell you this. I am staring at the June power rankings right now, the monthly rankings.
Yes, sir.
And without spoiling anything, because I intend to break down the full thing this upcoming week, I think you're going to be pleased with your standing for the month of June. And I think July, with the debut show coming up, you got a chance to be even higher.
Nice. Appreciate that.
Don't thank me. Thank the committee.
We'll tell the committee I said thank you.
AKA thank Boomtown, because he's insane enough to put this together.
Boomtown, appreciate you.
Now, where is your camera position, Big Joe? Because it feels like you're looking one way, but we're looking at you from a different way.
It's on the table.
It's on a table.
On the table.
I need to turn this way.
Now this is the angle right here, folks. Now we've done it.
All right. Yeah, I was just turned to the side. My bad.
Jack says, Cho gets me pumped up.
That's cool. I can't wait to meet everybody in October.
Rich says, Chona Lisa.
Oh, yeah. Hey, throw that up there so Shania can see it.
Let me see if I can find it, if I have it handy here.
I got a picture of me looking like Mona Lisa.
Really?
Yeah, hold up. She's going to show it.
See if I can find it.
You've been having trouble finding stuff today, Jake.
Yeah, you know, my desktop is just a mess of random things that are impossible to explain to those who don't regularly watch this program. I can't. So I don't have the Chona Lisa, but I do have your first emoji handy. Let me try and find the.
You see that?
Chona Lisa here.
I definitely do.
That's not the Mona Lisa though. You can't find it.
I have it. Here it is. The Chona Lisa. It's coming.
Here's the Chona Lisa, they call it. There it is. Does that look like me?
You know, if you want to be honest or tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Okay. No, it looks like you. It looks like you a little. I like the little picture.
This is incredibly valuable art right here, Shania.
It is. You know, we should get a signature on that. So
I had one Asmaniac that wanted to pay me $500,000 for this, and I said no.
Wow. Shania said I should sign it, make it worth some money.
That's right. It's only going to increase in value.
And then you'll have that shirt with say Big Cho #1 on it. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's how we roll. The #1 jersey.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with the me strapped to the board?
You're going to have to ask Gator the thought process behind that one. This was the original design. The actual design is you with a whistle instead of the straps.
Yeah, that's me coaching.
Right.
I always have a whistle at practice because a lot of times I ref.
Where's your whistle now? You never just carry one on you in the house?
Grab my red bag.
Yeah.
Hold on. Where's that sucker at?
This is the best July 3rd show ever, people.
There you go.
There we go. Hey, give us a whistle. Let's see it. Like
it's got Catawba College on it. I got one whistle say Catawba College. I got another whistle say Wake Forest. My daughter got it for me. So when I wear Wake Forest outfit, I use that whistle. When I wear everything else, I use the Catawba.
Give us a real whistle. That was soft. I know you could do better. Line up. Layups. Give us one of those.
Get your ass on the line. Hurry up.
Hey, Big Joe, what are you guys going to be calling your listeners to the show? Jeffrey suggested choneheads.
Choneheads?
Choheads.
Choheads?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I never thought about that.
Like my community is the Asmaniacs. What are we going to call the Coach Cho, the Big Cho show featuring Shania community? Big fella suggests Cho Nuts. You like donuts, Big Cho?
Yeah, they're okay. I don't eat them all the time, though.
Okay.
The Cho Bros. I like the Cho Bros.
Cho Bros.
Cho on this.
Cho on this. Shania said the Cho Bros.
Cho Bros? Yeah, but what about the female audience that consumes the show?
Well, you're the one that suggested it. So you got to think of something else.
What demographic, male to female, are we anticipating with the new show?
Everybody. No discrimination.
The chosen ones, I like that.
The chosen ones.
The chosen ones.
The chosen ones is pretty good.
Yeah, that's good, Shania.
The Cho flows. The Cho boats.
I like the chosen ones.
The chosen ones, yeah.
Cho maniacs.
Cho maniacs.
Pat is admiring your passion and energy.
Oh, yeah. A lot of times when I call, I'm just chilling. I'm in the chill mode, but I can bring the energy when I need to.
I mean, look, we just saw you blow that whistle, the likes of which, I mean, I thought I was looking at Coach K, to be honest.
Well, if you do Coach Concho, that's what they call me, Coach K.
Coach Concho.
Mm-hmm.
Did Duke give any thought to hiring you once Coach K retired? Because it would have been a seamless transition.
They stay in house, man. Like that's how Carolina is too.
Gator says the Cho motion spectacular.
Cho motion.
Spectacular. That's kind of long, but not bad.
Frank is requesting more screen time for Shania. Shania, your thoughts on how the podcast is going to go from a presentation standpoint? Are you both going to be on camera? Is it audio only? What are we looking at here with the Coach Show?
So the first few segments we're going to do is going to be audio only, but after a while we're going to do more screen time for the both of us.
All right.
Yes.
People are going to be very excited. They can't get enough of Big Cho around these parts.
Yeah, he's actually pretty funny. He has a lot of personality for us.
Love it. And now we've been told the podcast will cover the history of sports. How far back are we going? Are we talking, like ancient Greek Olympics type history?
No, we're going to say like 1960s.
1960. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, do you guys intend to ever have any guests on the program?
Yes, of course. We intend to have guests on our shows for us. And hopefully you come on down.
Oh, I'd be happy to join the program.
Yes, we will love that.
I love it. I mean, anything for Coach Cho, and an extension of Coach Cho. Coach Cho is now you, Shania. So we're locked in. We're gonna be ready to roll for this.
I love that we're locked in. Yes, I love this.
Well, Coach Cho, I'm glad you called in. Call the radio show tomorrow. We'll plug the Coach Cho program, the Big Cho Show, to the New York audience.
I'll definitely call.
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Cho and Shania. Gator says, I think Big Cho might need an intro.
Big Cho. Yeah, it's nice. I like my recliner. No, I just called to check in. Big Cho. I don't like all those wrinkles on my head. I don't have that many wrinkles. We're talking about Big Cho. My implants are coming in 3 months.
The Kardashian ones?
I put the jet gear on for you. Been running some errands earlier. Came home just chilling. Big Cho.
Big Cho, one of the greats. Shout out to Shania as well. We finally got to meet her. Big fella shouting her out. Love it. Couple membership shout outs. Jeffrey R. in the Asmaniac raffle for 5. You tuned in late. We're giving away a signed Wayne Corbett jersey at the end of the show today. So just gift a membership to get in. It's $5 to enter this raffle. And we've seen people with only one membership win a lot. So you got to be in it to win it. Dominic is in it. He gifted 1 channel membership. AD dropping a 5 spot of channel memberships. AD, baby, let's go.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Also, let's not forget this super chat here from Nick Shine, who says, explain ordering a buffalo chicken sandwich at lunch today. I booed you when it came. Still great seeing you despite this atrocity. Look, I can't stand the Buffalo Bills. But me not having buffalo chicken sandwiches or wraps or buffalo chicken wings, that'd be like cutting off my nose to spite my face. I'll give Buffalo the wings, all right? They can have the wings. They can have the buffalo sandwich. I just would like the Jets to beat the crap out of them in football. I give Buffalo that. That's about all they have. You ever been to Buffalo? Nothing going on there. Black Gypsy, super chat. Show Alan the Jet chant so we can see what pain is like. I mean, this is how you know Alan's not even a real Jet fan. Because when he actually had to do the Jet chant on the show, it pained him. Right? Like, it caused legitimate pain through his body. See if I have this clip handy here. I might have deleted it, Black Gypsy. No one wants to see Alan. Remember when he used to call the show? But he's now retired. Oh. Alan saying he retired from this show is like your friend from like middle school. He's like, oh, no, I have a girlfriend, but she goes to the other school.
Jets, Jets, Jets.
You ever see a guy have hemorrhoids? That's what this looks like.
Jets, Jets.
Like, look how much pain he's in. Unbelievable. All right. Big Show, great call. Let's get to more of your calls. Gusbuster Hotline. Now, I saw we had 2 Asmaniacs together on hold, but they just dropped off. Where'd Nate and Addison go? Call back in, Nate and Addison. Until then, we'll go in order. Here we go. On the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is...
How are you, Jake?
I'm
doing well. Busy afternoon. Parking is summer holiday crazy out here in the Rockaways, but I had to move the car, which is a big no-no. But I got back and got a space, got my business done. Got my drive.
How long have you been in your current home, Kyle? Have you always been in Queens since you've had your kids and everything?
Yeah. I've been
Very
here.
nice.
I had an apartment out a little bit further east a couple of years ago, but then we bought this place.
Love it.
But what I kind of joined late. What is V-Man's problem with 4th of July?
Well, V-Man has always made some like anti-American comments, and he's always talking about Puerto Rico. So Gator just sent me this, and I said, "F it, I'll put it up."
Is there a lag? I guess I couldn't see it.
Did it not show? Right?
No.
Wait, did people in the chat not see that? I was like, am I knocked off the air?
So yeah, I mean, he's always saying, Captain America is Captain Puerto Rico. I believe that Captain America uniform predates the existence of Puerto Rico by several years. So, I think that the U.S. and Puerto Rico can certainly coexist. We all have Puerto Rican friends. I have some Puerto Rican relatives. I don't understand the animus towards the U.S. It's a little crazy to me. But as far as the Jets go, like this is breaking news to your colleagues at ESPN that the Jets wide receiver room is a little lacking.
I mean, I just hear like he's clear cut the number 2, and I'm like, that's not really a good thing. Like there should be like some competition there. But
who they had Reynolds as the clear cut number 2?
Yeah, it's like he's the clear cut number 2 receiver.
let me tell if Lazard is having problems getting out of the blocks, just trade him. Like, there's a good chance we might only carry 5 wideouts anyway. We might be carrying extra running backs because Kene, the returner, is a running back. I don't want to keep a guy that just can't catch, just for the sake of he gives good effort in the blocking game. I feel like they want to have one of these younger guys emerge, whether it's Arian Smith or who's the other guy that they signed? Was he from the Rams?
Who's the other guy? You talking about a receiver?
Yeah,
Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping or heaven forfend that Malachi Corley should make a showing, but that should be the plan, man. Like to keep Alan Lazard just for the sake of keeping him for 1 year when they have this total youth movement. I don't see it. Like he's kind of worn out his welcome here with the fans, especially since the reports out of camp have not been terrific.
I for the life of me don't understand we're moving on from Aaron Rodgers and everyone associated with him, but let's keep Alan Lazard around.
And now I don't even know if the Steelers would be interested because they've dumped all this trade capital over the last few days, right? They probably lessened what they had as far as what they had to trade.
Correct. It feels like for whatever reason, if it's going to happen, it's not going to happen until much closer to the season at this point.
Right. Or maybe it won't be the Steelers at all.
Now, Kyle, before you go, I have some news I would like to share with you.
Yes.
So our committee chairman, Boomtown, he sent me for the month of June. He sent me the first ever Kyle Clifton inside or outside
stats.
Guesser, the tracker, the stats. So I have the information here. There were 66 different Asmaniacs that made official predictions in the Kyle Clifton inside/outside game. The top 5 most accurate, minimum of 5 predictions. Jets Johnny 6-0. The big fella 6-1. David Aaron 4-1. D-Nat GC 10-3. Eli Betts 8-3. D-Nat had an incredible 10-0 record before making 3 incorrect predictions to close out the month. Party with Peg and Artie clearly were not cheating, struggling to an 0-7 record predicting. The community as a whole had a 146-106 record for a 57.9% accuracy in their predictions. So the community needs to do better predicting if Kyle Clifton is calling from inside or outside.
I think that Peg and Artie must think that I live in Florida like they do because if you're betting inside, you're usually kind of right in the 10 o'clock hour or in the 4 o'clock hour. However, now that we're into the summer vacation months, I think that's going to change a little bit.
Things are going to be different. I mean, the fact that Boomtown put this together here, like I'm trying to interpret the data here. I mean, there's hundreds of guesses on here. It's unbelievable.
It just goes to show people will bet on anything. I appreciate your time, Jake.
Kyle, great call. I appreciate it. I spoiled the Kyle Clifton tracker to Kyle, but I'm going to do the rest of June, the top 10, the stats on the amount of people who called. We're aiming for Saturday for that. We'll do a little Saturday show for that. Unreal. I'll put it up on the screen, though, so it's officially being documented. This right here is the top 5 most accurate Kyle Clifton inside or outside predictors. Now, the second Clifton appears on the screen, if you picked after, it didn't count. So if you're watching the show on delay and you thought you got it right, you didn't know, it didn't count. It has to be live. That's why we want as many people to tune in live every day because you never know what you might see on the show when you're watching live. One day you might be watching the show and we're breaking down something going on with the New York Jets defensive line situation. And then another day, we might be talking about Hogwarts or tassels on nipples. So you never know what you're going to get around here. Keep that in mind. More of your calls right now. Comments, questions, super chats. Remember, raffle ticket earned every time you call in. Cannonball Eric is on the line. What's up, Eric?
Hey, Jake. So it's kind of raining here, so the pool party's kind of squashed, but I have a few people who are here.
Are they enjoying the pool despite the rain?
Yeah, most people are still over in like the tented area by the barbecue, but I figured I'd call in because I said I would and do a quick cannonball. So
I love it. Give us the cannonball, Eric, and we will let the chat determine.
You got to do it front facing.
Front facing.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Cannonball Eric, he did it, folks. Is that worth 3 or 4? 3
I don't
or
know.
4 tickets. Where'd he go? 6 rings knocked him off the air. Beast, you believe this?
Welcome to medieval times. You got to fix the internet up, man. We want to hear what you got to say, you know? Well, don't worry. I got something to fix it. The very first part of the day.
More calls right now,
Holy
ladies and
shit.
gentlemen. Let's say hello to a man who hails from Vermont.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. Hi, JK. You like my hair today?
Whoa, Bobby Gotti is back.
Yeah, I had to go to the lady who's helping me get a job today. She's first she had to see what kind of jobs I had in the past, you know, and about my mental state
Capacities.
You know, I go to a special doctor for
Well,
that.
stop
right?
smoking and drinking, and you'd have a higher mental capacity.
I haven't done that. Only at the parties. I freak this one.
I saw you do ayahuasca before a Jets
Yeah,
game.
I know that was at the parties.
Oh, okay. Well, that does a significant damage.
No,
to
so
your mind.
no. Back when
What's up with your eye again? We're dealing with another eye issue.
No, it's all
It
right.
looks very red.
It's red now.
Yeah.
I gotta get some more cream for it then.
Yeah, you need to rub that in.
Yeah, I got a little left, and Michael's gonna pick it up for tomorrow. I ordered it tomorrow. Should be coming in tomorrow. So the lady wanted to know about my, physical and my back issues. I told you about my back issues, right? Then next, I see her August 1st, right? Then August 1st, I see her, and then we're going to go over my resume. She's gonna help me get it better. It's not the best resume ever.
You're not going to see her till August.
Yeah, that's what she said.
So it takes a month to update the resume. You can't just do this on your own. We did Charles Gorman's resume in like 5 minutes through ChatGPT on the show.
Yeah, but I can't do it. I don't remember all the dates. Really, I can't remember all the dates.
Hey, Bobby, your co-host is on the line.
Hey, Bobby! Bobby! Hey, Bobby!
Bobby!
We got
Jake,
one Southern Jersey night, baby. I'm in disguise tonight. Baby. Let's go Mets!
Man,
Hey, Bobby.
what is
Bobby! He's
wearing
wearing
nothing.
Yeah.
Nate's going bare ass.
You're in the show. We're in the show. This is the third ballpark, Jake.
What are you doing?
Number
Like
3.
Charles. Third bar.
28 more to go. Hard. 20
I'm fucked up.
You are fucked up. Come in here.
I'm
How you
fucked
doing?
up, Rick. Don't take me home tonight, Rick. Don't take me home tonight.
What kind of lit?
Oh, I'm looking chicks in that thing. Wow.
Bobby.
Oh yeah, baby. Things are about to get crazy here on the Jake Asman Show.
Calm your freaky down.
Sometimes we try, but that freaky just take us over.
Give him some of your loving voice.
Oh yeah, hide them kids.
Again, keep your damn freaky down.
Too new sexy.
you gotta chill, man.
Wow,
Hey,
I
Addison.
haven't seen that in a
Yes,
while.
yes, Jake.
How drunk is Nate?
On a scale from 1 to 10, he's probably a solid 22.
Where are you?
We're at City Field, Bobby. My first time here.
Did you really ask
No,
where
I
are
never
they,
went
Bobby?
to City Field. What?
You really asked where are they as they're decked out in Mets gear?
Yeah,
Yeah, Bobby.
I know, but what part of the city field are they at?
Hey, Bobby, why don't you read the room, bro? Where do you think we're at?
No, I know that. I'm saying what part of the stadium were you at?
I've never been here. I don't know. This is my first time here, Bobby.
Parking lot.
I'm in this part right here, Bobby. That's where I'm at.
That's
I'm in this part.
parking lot, is, I guess.
We're inside the damn stadium. You see all these
Oh,
people
you're
inside?
inside the stadium.
You see any cars, Bobby? Jake, do you see any cars? I don't.
No. Okay, you're inside the stadium. I never went to the stadium, so I don't know where I am.
Neither. Jake.
I only went to Shea Stadium. That's
It was awesome seeing you again for lunch. It was a great time.
Yeah, Jake, saying about the pitcher, you know who you say it's for very, very last?
The devil? I mean, Carly? What?
Devil.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, Jake, I wanted to say Jet stuff, too.
No, you don't. There's no chance on July 3rd you have a Jets take.
No.
Yes, you do.
What's your... Okay. Sorry, Addison.
What about
Bobby
the
Midnight's
Jets?
got a Jets take.
What about the Jets picking up Boyd, Tyler Boyd, from the Bengals? Can they pick him up?
Is he still a free agent? I think he signed somewhere.
No, he wants to get out of Cincinnati desperately.
He's still on their team.
What are we doing? What am I looking at?
No, he's a free agent. He's a free agent.
Bobby got some.
Oh yeah, my face.
What did you say?
Wow,
Rick Kent.
Rick,
I can't see it. Too
Rick
close.
Kent, are you drinking too? Rick Kent, you look great today.
What are you showing me? What are you showing?
I think he's a little.
We're on Jake's show right now, Rick. Oh, we're on Jake's show. You gonna talk?
Right there. Yes, talk. I guess he's not talking.
I can't hear him. We're talking, Bobby. It's just loud. Hey, everybody.
Hello, Rick Kent.
Right.
We're here at City Field. Juan Soto Jersey night. Let's go Mets. We rode on bikes from the city in a rainstorm. After lunch, we rode over here for bikes.
It rained down there today. It rained in New York.
Look at Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this man.
What
Mike
is he
keeps cutting it out.
drinking?
I would say if you see Nate driving his bike around New York later,
careful.
stay out of the way because
Be careful tonight.
Oh,
Look at that hairy nipples. Oh my God.
He's looking crazy. Bobby, it's a family show. What are you talking about nipples?
Well, he's just. He's showing his nipples right there, though.
Yeah, great call by Addison. Rick Kent, Nate, have fun at the Mets game tonight. What?
He wants to get out of there, Cincinnati.
I don't think Tyler Boyd at this point is a legitimate option.
Well, I didn't know.
He's a free agent, by the way, so he is out there. But
yeah, I thought you were talking about the other guy they should pick up. But okay. Then I'm looking on Indeed. I got applications on Indeed too. Down at Brattleboro Retreat, I have it's for the kitchen area. It's for a dishwasher, so I don't care what I get, At least I'm working.
I'm glad that unlike Gorman, you are astutely applying for places. That's good.
Yeah. So that's because she has so many people she does too. She doesn't only have me, she has people.
But you don't need this person. You're good enough to apply on your own. You got the interview at 99 on your own.
Well, Nick thinks I need some help with it.
Well, you might need help, but like you're at least willing to search and try.
Yeah.
That's half the battle.
Yeah, I know. That's true. Good call. Well, I'm trying my best. So
I like it, Bob. You'll be
get
off Mount Unemployment in no time.
Yeah, I want to get off of Mount Rushmore. I want that video taken now with Dave Brigger, Bobby and Charles. You got a job. Oh.
Wait a second. So you think if you got a job, that's a great motivator. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll tell Gator he's got to change the lyrics to not include you in the Brigger intro if you get a job.
Yes, definitely. And then I want to offer that Mount Rushmore. Oh, look at me. Ew.
It's not calling it Mount Rushmore. It's Mount Unemployment. We're not going to disgrace Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, well, I got to get off of Mount Rushmore. So, do you see my face? I shaved today.
Oh, yeah?
Looking good, baby.
Did you cut yourself?
No, I did not.
Nice.
Not cut myself at all. No. How you like John Gotti's back, right? Bobby Gotti.
I like Bobby Gotti.
Yeah, well,
you're always wearing a hat. You have great flow, Bob. You should always rock.
No, but when during the day I go walking outside and my hair is messed up anyway. So
I see.
Yeah. So I'm not, I know my things are low this month. I gotta get outside. I can't sit on my ass all the time.
That's
Plus,
why you haven't called?
That's why I'm looking for unemployment. I can't get back on it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Let's see how many times you called in the month of June. I have these stats
Not very
in front
much.
of me.
Not very much.
Let's see. June, Bobby Midnight, you called.
Not very much.
You called the program, according to Boomtown, 10 total times.
Yeah,
10.
that's not 10. That's not good for me.
Clancy says you look like Phil Leotardo.
Who's Phil Leotardo? Who is that?
Phil Leotardo from Sopranos.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, wait, is that not the guy who plays on Blue Bloods? Is that?
No, that's Bobby Bacala. That's Steve Sciarippa.
Yeah, I like him. Do you like him? I like him.
Yeah, I met him at a couple of Knicks games this year. Nice guy.
He had the sad news about last week who died, or this weekend, past weekend who died.
Who died?
Dave Parker. That was sad.
I did see that, yeah.
And Ann Burrell died like a couple days ago. I cried my eyes out. You know who she is?
Ann Burrell?
Yeah, she's on Food Network. She has that funny hairdo.
I don't watch Food Network, but I know someone who does. Hey, Gary.
I do like the Food Network. Rachel Ray used to have a show called 30-Minute Meals. She's a Jets fan too, by the way.
She still has that.
Oh,
is that Gary's wife? Hi, Gary's wife. Oh, there she is. Good looking. Oh my God, that's unbelievable. Yeah, I do like Ann Burrell. I was shocked she died. That's unbelievable. So yeah, you're having a little show tomorrow. I'll call in tomorrow. No, Saturday.
I'm doing radio tomorrow, Bob. Call the radio show.
Call in. I'll
10 to 2:30, ESPN New York.
I'll call in.
The listeners are dying to hear from Bob in Vermont. That's what they tell me.
Yeah, I'll call in and then
we'll talk about the Yankees if they can get out of their own way tonight.
Oh my God! Do you ever meet Michael Kay in person?
Yeah, I was with him in
He's
person.
a nice guy, right? Tell him he's awesome. Okay, tell him I met him when he gave an autograph to a little boy, and Don Mattingly was there. Didn't give him an autograph at all. He saved the little boy. He gave him an autograph with John Sterling.
He's not going to be there tomorrow. I will not be seeing him tomorrow.
Oh well, whenever you see him, I know, because he was in Toronto when you covered him, right?
Yeah, that's why I was. That's why I was in for him. I saw him in person a couple weeks ago. We were at the Mets game together. There's the picture.
He's a Met fan. I thought he was a Yankee fan.
No, he's the Yankee announcer, but he was at our station's party before the Mets game.
Oh, okay, because ESPN party. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
He's a very nice guy. He got a pretty wife, right? Nice wife. I think they met at a bar. He was saying on TV one time, or his radio station. He doesn't have his other station anymore with that crazy guy. He doesn't.
He's still on the same station. He's just in a different time slot.
Yeah, he doesn't have those two other guys on there, right?
Yeah.
I like the other guy. I don't like the young kid. I like the gray hair.
He's not
guy.
a kid. Peter's like in his 40s.
Don Greco. I like him.
Don LaGreca. Don Greco.
Yeah, I like him the best. He's funny. I met him in person.
Dylan says Bobby needs to quit it with this story. I've heard it so many times.
What story?
That Michael K. You tell the same 7 stories on a rotation.
Okay, Dylan, chill out. I was going to call you a kid, so shut up. Never apply. Don't subscribe to Dylan's channel now, please. No more subscribers to Dylan, please. He's a bum.
Yeah, don't subscribe to Dylan. Subscribe to Bobby Midnight.
I'm going to compliment you, Dylan, so freak the compliment now. You
relax, Bob. Dylan's not your enemy. He's like the nicest guy.
I like Dylan, but that was rude to him. You know, remember Stephanie on Full House? How rude! That was very rude.
Are you going to reference power at all during this call? That's like the one thing you haven't referenced.
No, there was nothing power.
We need Bobby Midnight bingo. We have Charles Gorman bingo.
Oh, you know where that came from? You know what show that Bobby Bingo came from? I was going to mention that. I forgot about it. Once you brought it up, what show got me to do that? Which I don't watch anymore anyway.
You want to play Beast Breaker bingo? I have the board right here.
Yeah, I know, but the other channel used to put me on it, Bobby Bingo. Remember who did it?
Craig Carton?
You got a car. His channel is like my channel, but he spells Midnight different. You know him.
I don't know.
You know him?
No.
Midnight Mike. You know,
Oh, okay.
Midnight Mike?
I love Midnight Mike. Shout out to Midnight Mike.
That's where it started. Yeah. I don't like him. I like the other guy. I like his co-host. He's awesome. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got to get some more cream.
Yeah, look at your eye. You got to fix it.
I got to get cream again. Yeah.
You eating any hot dogs tomorrow? We know you love wieners.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably some. Couple. Without the buns. Without the buns.
Just straight wiener? No bun?
Yeah, I got it. I got to go back on my diet again. I got to eat nothing but meat. And because I cheated on my pizza. I cheated the pizza.
You cheated?
Yeah. I got a new scale finally. The other one went boo-boo, no more. I got a new one. Then I sent Nick and Addison. It turned out to be like what is it, kilograms that I sent them. So it went 121 kilograms, which is 266. I gained a little weight.
I see.
But I'm going out walking. I'm going to start every Tuesday. I'm going to email them the pic, and I'll tell you the updates on it.
All right. Well,
what's that word that I do? Like if I show them my weight, I'm responsible. But there's a word that I have to do. Yeah. So have a good show tomorrow on your radio. I'll call you up tomorrow. I promise.
I can't wait, Bob. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right. So everybody have a good day. After Jake's show, come see me after Jake's show.
Oh, here we go, baby.
Well, you know I can't wear my freaking hat. It's hot, my balls will sweat. Oh, look, I have a fan. I'm Bobby.
Bobby Midnight, everybody. Bobby starting July off with a vintage Bobby Midnight call. Any long-time viewer of the show, that's what Bobby's calls usually were like. Citi Field's a good experience, says Kyle Clifton. Probably better than Yankee Stadium, though I do like that Audi box in left field and closed glass carving stations. I felt like Caesar. The Audi Club is awesome at Yankee Stadium for anyone who's ever sat there. You can actually eat there and then just go to the actual seats, or you could have seats in there too. I've done both. Awesome. The food there is great. All right, more calls, baby. A lot of people on the line. Appreciate everyone holding. PBM, I'm coming to you, but I almost went to you without appropriately playing your intro. So give me a second here because I forgot I have it. And we're going to do things right around here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to say hello to a man who won his 7th raffle prize in the last 2 weeks. It's unbelievable. PBM now.
Purple belt Mike, he loves the dark night. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that purple belt Mike. Purple belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Yo.
I love the tank top.
Yeah, this is the Gorman inspired tank top.
The OG.
The OG. Yep. So I was laughing before because I was thinking about Mets 2128 when he sees the Beast booby tassels drop. Oh man, that's gonna be legendary.
Hey Beast, do I have permission to play the booby tassels?
Hell no. How about we just do a welcome to medieval times? Now, let's get those knights prepared for battle. First, from Leon, a wicked green knight. And his opponent, from Castillas, a red knight. Move out, champs. Let's get him in the ring. Now, ring the pew, pew, abracadoodle.
I love the abracadoodle.
Beast doesn't like it. I think it's the only positive thing Six Rings ever did. I think it's pretty funny.
Yo, an abracadoodle, well, that's better than a death spell. That's better than abracadabra, or whatever that it is.
I agree.
The cadoodle is my favorite spell.
How was the first jizzing with Mike, by the way?
It was good. No jizzing. Bobby crashed it. He came on for a minute or two in the middle of it.
That was your first guest?
Yeah. I didn't want to do guests because I just want to document recovery and whatever, but he was talking to me in the chat, so I brought him on. But I'm not going to do that going forward. I'm just going to, because I want it only to be about the ACL recovery. So
right.
Yeah. The next video I post will be a short, and it's gonna be like the exercises I've been doing this week. The heel slides are a bitch, man. That shit hurts.
Well, I wish you luck in the recovery, and we'll be tuned in to jiu-jitsu jizzing with Mike.
Jiu-jitsu jizzing. Jizzin jitsu. That's a name.
It's gonna be a great show. I'm locked in. I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
You get the fuck out.
All right. See, like I'm having StreamYard issues. Like I press something and then it doesn't play on my end. It plays for you guys. So I don't know when to come back or not. And then I mute myself. So I'm having some tech issues here, but I'm battling through. So appreciate all of you who are tuned in right now. We're going to do a Wayne Corbett signed jersey raffle at the end of this show. So if you want in, get the channel membership and you're entered in the raffle. If you don't win, you got a chance to win our prizes in our weekly raffle. This week, we're giving away a signed Revis jersey, signed Klecko helmet, signed Maynard helmet, signed Namath helmet. How about that? All right, more calls right now. This guy doesn't always call in, but when he does, he usually has something to say. Black Gypsy is next in line. What's up, Black Gypsy?
Yo, Jake. So my girl saw my bank statement from all the. It's like, what the fuck is this? What are you paying for? Like I told her, so you could have just bought a jersey for her. I don't want to buy a Fuels jersey. I want to win a jersey. Like if I win it, then I have no commitment to it. So if it's only a year, I'm like, whatever. So I saw that you had Gary on, and the troublemaker in me was like, "Yo, Gary, is that your wife next to you? Like right next to you? Can we ask your wife a question, Gary? Like she's right there, right? Like it's just one question. Is he still on?
You want to talk to Gary?
Yeah, put him on.
All right, I'll put Gary on under one condition though.
Okay.
All right. If I'm going to put him on, I need you to go like this. I need you to give us your best point.
He's pointing. Garrett Box point at you. Garrett Box point at you. Garrett Box. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. Garrett Box point at you. I point.
Yeah, see, Alan says, my wife is a gem. Alan's met my wife. Aurora's met my wife. I think probably Nate has met my wife. I don't.
I just want to hear. I just want to hear
me, and I'll ask her for you. She's not home right now. She's at the gym right now.
Oh, okay. So the question that I have to ask is, we want her to say what you said. She said, which was she doesn't have a right to vote. I just want to hear a girl say that.
She does have a right to vote. She lives in America. She has the right to vote.
But you don't want her to vote. Well, she doesn't vote for you, right? So when y'all vote, it's just you voting. She doesn't have a vote at all.
I tell her who to vote for, and she votes for who I tell her to vote for.
Oh, so she does the voting for you.
Is there communication? I tell my wife who to vote for. She goes in and votes for who I tell her to vote for.
So you trust that she listened to you and voted for what you said to vote for?
Yeah, I'm not this is so shocking to me. How people up in that part of the country is like shocking to me. This is why the country has fallen. Not everyone's a feminist. Like some people stand on traditional Christian values. Not everyone's a feminist, but I know that blows your mind because it's in the water that you drink, it's in the air that you breathe. It's probably put in your food. Not everyone is a radical feminist. Not everyone.
I just think it's crazy. All right, so you have to
anti-suffragettes than there were suffragettes. You know that, right?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah,
but I don't understand.
Not everyone's like you.
So did you vote? Have you ever voted?
I tend to vote. I think it's pretty much a fool's errand. I think it's mostly a waste of time, but I usually vote. I probably won't vote next time. This one kind of is the nail in the coffin. Like, what are we really actually voting for? It's all kind of waste of time.
I thought it was going to be better. I thought you were going to talk shit. My wife was going to be there so I could talk shit with you anyway. I thought it would be gold. I had a whole thing prepared.
What kind of man wants to talk shit to another man's wife? Like, who does that?
I want to talk shit to you about what you said your wife said. I have no problem.
My wife is not a. I can't believe that this is shocking. That my wife's not a feminist. I don't understand why this is so shocking to people. No,
so feminists. So feminists are the only women that vote.
Look, women can vote. So if you don't vote, now you're being outvoted by the feminists. So it would only be wise to vote, but you should vote for who your husband tells you to vote. Just
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to table the women's rights conversation for the day. Thank you, Black Gypsy. Good luck. Explain that one to your wife. What these charges are. Explain why you called into a Jets YouTube show to argue with a guy you've never met about his wife's right to vote or not. Anyway, more of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a soothing voice to get us back on track. Before that, though, I do want to acknowledge the latest raffle entry because Bobby Midnight is spending hard-earned cash, and he gifted a membership to enter the Asmaniac raffle for one. So, Bobby, you got 2 entries because you called in, so that's 2 tickets right there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to David T.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Hey, Jake.
David T, how we doing?
I'm doing just fine. Listening to Bobby. My part-time job in my retirement is a dishwasher, and it's a very important job and a prideful job. And if he gets in there and he does a good job, they're going to love him. And the intricacies of a restaurant is kind of interesting. And there's ladies there, and there's a lot of potential. And then Coach Joe, I'm so rooting for him. And his assistant seems to be very intelligent and right on it. And shout out to you for helping him. And if it was about a Jets channel, I wouldn't do it because I'm a one-trick pony. I'm kind of devoted to you, Jake. But I'm gonna tune in and wish the best for him. And the other thing is, my father was root for the underdog, and I kind of think Alan Lazard is the underdog at this point, and the thicker kicker could be the underdog. So I'm rooting for them.
I'll tell you what. I'm rooting for you, David T, because you're the man.
Well, we kid around about that at the restaurant because I say, Mike, you're the man. And he said, yeah, no, you're the man. And so I say to him, when I first moved down here, my nephew, Jonathan, I used to say, you're the man, Jonathan. And he used to say, yes, I know, Uncle Dave.
David, you enjoy the amount of Fireball I know you're putting back tomorrow, right?
Well, I have to work, and I when I get home from work, I will partake and have a safe holiday, and all you and all the Asmaniacs enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, sing along.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me full screen. It's Fireball whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
Now, earlier today, when I was at lunch, I was informed that a very special guest stopped by the Beastbreaker attic.
I don't know, Beast. I'm pretty sure you went to Hogwarts and put a shirt on. What, did you grow up in a barn?
Hold on 1 second. Little beverage for the day. Now, for medieval times, just remember, folks, cheer for your champions and cheer for your challengers. Remember, may the best man win. And remember, medieval times, no forks, no knives, no spoons, or you will be woo, woo, you will be booed out of the building and not welcome back to medieval times. Now, let the festivities begin and let
Tell me that I'm going to eat you. Get in my belly.
I was about to say, From Leon. He's the most just.
I don't know, Beast. I'm pretty sure you went to Hogwarts and put a shirt on. What, did you grow up in a barn?
I was about to say, From Leon. He's the most vicious weapon of destruction.
Tell me that I'm going to eat you. Get in my belly.
I was going to say, From Leon. He's the wicked Green Knight.
I'm Beastbreaker and I love Harry Potter. I'm a magical fart wizard. Abracadabra, bitches. I'm gonna blast ass in my diaper. Get me a bag of dicks. Get me a bag of dicks. Get me a bag of dicks. Bag of dicks.
Hi, you've reached Esther. Please leave a message.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Charles, and I'm a sales rep from Squatty Potty. How are you today? Did you know 9 out of 10 people aren't satisfied with their poops? Well, here at Squatty Potty, we take pooping very seriously. The genius design of our product aligns your bowels every time for the perfect poop. No, I don't use it personally. My parents don't believe in it. You sound like a good woman. You know, we're actually doing a sale this summer. If you buy 10 Squatty Potties, you get one free. Excuse me. Anyways, give me a call back. I think we could really help you with your shits. Thank you. Bye now.
Charles Gorman trying to get a job. That was just sent to me. Proof that Gorman's working the phones. That's all I got for you guys if you want a Gorman update. All right, home stretch here. Final calls, then we wrap. Rob the Jet fans next. Hello, Rob.
Hey, Jake. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Rob. How are you?
Good. Just back from PA. I spent a week there with my kiddies and stuff. Had a really, really good time. Just listening to the show, caught it and stuff. And I don't know. It's just a lot of concern with the second wide receiver, obviously with Josh Reynolds. We look at it, Jake. What if Garrett Wilson gets hurt, which would be catastrophic in my opinion. But you know what, Jake? We could also look at it another way. What if Josh Reynolds gets hurt, and the rest of the wide receivers we have are basically crap because Lazard so far does not look good. Let's be honest here. And then you have to also worry about the rest that we have, which are fourth or fifth wide receivers. We don't even know if Corley's going to be on the team. He might get cut the way things are going. So if you look at it that way, we'd have to heavily rely on Brees, catching balls for us, obviously, and Mason Taylor turning out to be a really good tight end, kind of immediate. Because if not, then we're really looking at like 90% of the times running the ball. Because where does that leave us? And the thing that I don't get, Jake, is we're $35 million under the cap. I know that they're trying to sign Sauce and they're trying to sign Garrett Wilson, and that's fine. I would be happy if they signed those two guys. But it's kind of what you said, Jake. We don't have the cost right now of a quarterback, spending a ton of money on a quarterback. Now's kind of the time, if we're on that threshold of winning 5-6 games or possibly 9 and making the playoffs, that could be the difference and cost us the playoffs if we don't have that legit number 2/2A, 2B, another wide receiver, maybe like a Keenan Allen coming into the mix, which they could afford him. He's not going to cost a lot of money. Let's be honest. I am confident about the defense that Aaron, Glenn, and obviously our defensive coordinator are going to fix our issues. I think they're still short a defensive tackle, but I think that they can kind of remedy that. But something like a wide receiver, a true number 2, we should have one, and we do have the money. So I don't get the penny pinching part here. But I'm going to listen to you for a second, then I had another thing to say. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think it goes back to what we were saying. Like their offense, they look at it as we got Garrett, Reynolds,
might be third in target share, depending on how quickly Mason Taylor's caught up to speed. I think they're going to use Brees a lot more as a receiving threat out of the backfield. I'm concerned about, one injury to Garrett, certainly one injury to Reynolds. Like, I'd like them to add someone else, but I don't think they're going to.
I don't understand why they're being kind of penny pinching in that sense, or they're so straight on what they think is going to happen that we're good. And I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to fall a little short, especially against the better teams, Jake. So what are we looking at? If we're running the ball most of the times and we face a good team, are we hoping that we win 13-10, 9-7 here or something? Is there going to be a lot of those types of games this year if this offense doesn't totally click? Is what I'm afraid of, Jake, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's fair concern because there's a lot of unknowns. And it's not like they have like Josh Allen didn't have great weapons last year, but he's Josh Allen, so he made them all better. Like Justin Fields is not that guy. So it's going to be, imperative that they get more production from maybe someone we're not even thinking about right now. Arian Smith is a lot better than we realize. Mason Taylor is Sam Laporta in year one. Like they need something like that to go their way. They need a break or two that they see because they're there every day and we're fans and we're not.
We got to hope, right, Jake? I mean, that these guys, first year, Mason Taylor is good. At minimum, you would like, 400 or 500 yards, like 5 to 6 touchdowns. And then if we can get something like that from Brees, offensively in the sense of catching balls for us, and then whatever Josh Reynolds puts up. I don't think Josh Reynolds was a bad pickup. I really don't, because prior to the shootings, he was a good receiver. So I'm okay with that signing. I just think that we're cutting it really, really thin here because any injury to Reynolds or Garrett Wilson, especially Garrett Wilson, I think we're in a little bit of trouble. We're going to have to rely heavily on Brees or going back and hoping that Taylor has the good year or the rest is obviously running the ball. I don't think that you can just keep doing that, running the ball that heavily, I understand that that's the right route to go, running the ball. But if teams already know this, they're going to be set up for this and stuff. And I think it's going to be more of a detriment than it being something positive.
Well, it just depends how effective they are at it. Like if they're great at running the ball and that sets up play action and they get the tight ends involved, like you could mask not having a great receiver room. It's going to come down to that.
I think we really have to rely on our third tight end this year. What was his name again? I forgot the tight end that we got from Rutgers. Not from
Stone Smart.
Not Stone Smart. The other guy. Who's the other guy who had bad hands last year, Jake?
Bad hands.
So we drafted him in the third round. What's his name?
He's a receiver. Arian Smith.
No, not Arian Smith. I'm talking about the other tight end that we got that we were high on, but he was dropping a lot of passes.
Jeremy Ruckert.
Jeremy Ruckert. Thank you. I had a brain fart there. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, prior to last year, I thought Ruckert was going to be a good tight end. I mean, and he did not come through. So now I don't know if he has a bounce back and he has a good year, or this guy Stone Smart is something that, Stone Smart looks like he has good hands. I was checking out a little bit of his film. He does look like he does have good hands, but they're going to have to really rely on a lot of unknowns. And that's kind of what I'm afraid of, to be honest with you.
Now, Rob, Gator is accusing you of possibly blasting one at the beginning of your call. Did you do it?
Did I what?
Did you rip one? No?
No, what had happened was I don't understand what's going on with my Android phone, that when you first come on, I'm on mute automatically. And then I have to unplug the mute. Is that what he's asking? Or is he asking when I did like this with my hand because there was a fly going by?
Well, he's claiming he might have heard a fart.
No. This wind over here, we're in the middle of the store, but I would never call it.
The old wind over here excuse.
I swear, I'll turn the camera around here. Look.
All right, folks. I mean, look, we have our best people on it, Rob. They'll review the tape.
Yeah, they can investigate. I don't care. But I leave that to Charles Gorman to do stuff like that.
Look, maybe you were paying homage to Charles for all we know.
Maybe. I like Charles. Charles is a good dude. I mean, I feel bad for him. I want him to succeed in the worst way. I mean, I think he eventually will find that job. He's a bright kid. He really is. He just needs proper guidance. And I think, like, between you and Nick, you guys are showing him the right path. So I'm happy about that. I hope he succeeds.
Big fella says Android phones have fart apps installed.
Yeah.
AG says when you press unmute, it farts.
Oh, does it? See, I never knew about that.
Gator's going to be reviewing the tape.
Hey, Jake, that's one of those options that I didn't know about. They never told me about these options.
Black Gypsy says, LOL, likely blame it on the roof.
Black Gypsy, buddy. I like a lot of your takes and stuff. Me and Black Gypsy are on the page of being a little bit scared about Justin Fields here, about if he succeeds or not. So we're kind of on the same page there, but I'm hoping that, we have a good year.
Are you sitting at a random person's doorstep and they're too afraid to come outside?
They won't come outside unless if I give them the go ahead. That's my daughter. I was kind of like kicking her out.
I see. All right, Rob. Well, good call. We'll let you know if you farted.
Thank you. Hey, Jake, you said you're going to have something soon for the Jet and Giant game in August on Long Island. Is that true?
Yes. No, not Long Island. It will be in the city, but I am excited to announce it. It's going to be bigger and better than last year's summer preseason watch party.
Real?
Yes.
Any details about it yet? Because I have missed a good amount of shows because of running back and forth doing stuff, which I have to catch up.
It will, like the draft party, it will be a ticketed event, but you will get included way more bang for your buck with this, and it will be cheaper than what the draft party was.
Okay, that sounds good. Definitely let me know. I look forward to it. But we're all good. Tell Gator. I have a message for Mr. Gator. I see how many intros that Beast has and all these new guys and stuff. And I've been asking for 4 years for an intro, and all I get is a one-word intro, woman. I would like
women.
Tell him to work on that. Gator. Alan's wife. Now, I need better. Pornhub. I need some music behind mine. Balloon nuts. Nah, Gator. I want something better. Sex toys. I don't know, Gator. You're very creative. I mean, you did the butt plugs. The fantastic Brigga one that I love. That was really, really good. I want him to get more creative to me. Tell him.
I'll pass it along.
4 years. I've been asking him.
Look, Gator just sends me the intros when he makes them. That's how the process usually works.
I'll
let him know. Hey, Gator, Rob wants an intro.
I want him, Jake. I want him to add some music, something that I'm gonna like. Big fellow has great intro. Now you got, as you would put it, PNM. It's got a good intro there. So
Have you thought about singing, Rob? Giving us something
I
to
could
use.
do a little bit. Actually, let me see what I can sing. I can do a little Enrico Caruso, a little Italian singing.
All right, we'll take it.
But let me get something versed out and stuff first, and then we could always do it. But Gator,
he wants to know if he can put you farting in the intro.
No, absolutely not. I'll come and get him. No, that I don't want. I want something good, Gator.
I have a jet chant from you.
Jets! Let's go! Yeah!
I like that. That's good.
Okay.
That one's a good one, Jake. But Gator, come up with something creative that I'm going to like. All right, buddy? You're on warning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob, the Jet fan from Glenhead, folks. He has just warned Gator McCluskey. Good call, Rob. We'll find out if he farted or not when I get the tape. I've received the tape. Hold on. Stand by. Let me upload this. Very important matters that we're discussing here on July 3rd, clearly. All right, let's see what we got here. Did Rob fart? That's the question that we all want to know. Some of us might know the answer already. I don't. I didn't hear it live. I'll be the first to admit. Usually, the chat immediately recognizes it when it happens. Let's find that all together. Rob, the Jet fan's next. Hello, Rob.
Hey, Jake. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Rob. How are you? Don't think that's a fart. That's my official verdict. One more time. Rob, the Jet fan's next. Hello, Rob.
Hey, Jake. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Rob. How are you? It's like a clicking noise. I don't think that's a fart. You know a fart on this program when you see one, you know? Rob, I don't think you farted there.
Jake, I was clicking the button because I don't know why I go automatically on mute before I'm allowed onto your show. You'll see my finger go like this, and I'll go like this. It goes automatically on mute now. I don't understand why. I don't know if that's a feature from Android or whatever the heck it is, but I always have to push my finger and unmute it all the time. That's why it takes a couple of seconds before you hear me, and I say, hey, Jake, how are you doing? I have to do it all the time.
All right, that's a fart. That's a fart.
Which one? No, that was thunder. That was fucking thunder.
All right, that was a fart.
That would be like a Gorman fart.
Oh, you want a Gorman fart, Rob? I know what you want. Rob, I don't have an intro for you, but it's fitting if I play you out this way. Okay, Charleston Jets Rube, I see you called back in. We lost your audio, but the chat decided to give you 3 for your pool call, just so you know.
That's fine. That's not why I was calling in. It's more to make a point about the second wide receiver.
Okay, a jet point. There we go.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of some numbers here. I want to be interactive with you here. You'd be happy with Justin Fields getting 2,800 yards receiving, correct?
Hold on real quick. I'm just seeing some comments here. I'm being told that we're evaluating apparently the noise before the click and not necessarily what we just played there. Mr. Rube, we'll get back to Josh Reynolds in a moment. I got to do some work here. Rob, the Jet fan's next. Hello, Rob.
Hey, Jake. How you doing, buddy?
Wait a second. I'm good, Rob. How are you? Wait a second. Now I hear it. Rob, the Jet fan's next. Hello, Rob.
Hey, Jake. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Rob. How are you? Wow. Barbarossa, I see you're weighing in on this. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Also, just I'm blasting bare chest, so I get extra, right? That
you got to be in a pool.
Oh, damn. All right. Well,
you have an attic?
Okay, not going up there right now. It's really scary. So all right. Well,
you know what? I appreciate the effort.
No worries. Yeah, when you said the clicking, I was like, no, dude, it was the humming thing, and that is Rob must have had some Taco Bell last night or something, because that was a powerful fart.
I missed it. I the clicking is what I thought we were focusing in on, but
yeah.
Hold on.
It's the low humming.
Yeah, right there. Let's see if I can isolate it here. Hold on. Little film break. Dylan, come on from the all 22 breakdown. Rob, the Jet fan's next. Hello. Right there. Rob, the Jet fan's next. Hello. Yep, I think it's a fart. Might be.
Yeah, that would be. We'll see. I'm off. It's 4th of July, so the judges don't work during this time. So maybe if it's still a debate, we'll have to weigh. Maybe I'll weigh in on Monday. But other than that, but just in terms of the wide receiver too, man. When I heard you guys say that, I think I was like paying for, like, I was getting my car inspected, and like I was just listening. I was like, oh, that means we're gonna suck. I kind of just said that out loud, but I kind of felt like that's not good if he's clearly number 2. And like Garrett Wilson, man, I hate to say it's like he's been so healthy and so consistent. Like it would really just be it would be tough if he was less than that this year. I
agree.
So I really hope and it's just like I don't want to say since it's the Jets, bad things tend to happen, but like that would probably be the worst. That would probably be the worst thing to happen for our team. Like because basically we just be entirely one-dimensional on offense, and I don't see how you can really win if you're one-dimensional.
Barbarossa, we're losing you a little bit with your connection, but good call, man. I agree with you. Look, I don't want to just rip on Josh Reynolds. Like, if you told me he was the third or fourth receiver, like, it's fine. I just think when it's like he's clear cut the number 2, it's like that to me is more of an indictment of the Jet wide receiver room than anything else. Now, Gator was nice enough to send me the Rob fart on a loop. Can you believe this is my full-time job? What I just uttered? So we will get that uploaded here and we'll break that down. But let's get back to Charleston. He had a Jet take, and we rudely cut him off to break down farts. So, Mr. Root, go ahead.
It's perfectly fine. So DJ Moore had 1,200 yards, like 1,260, 1,280 with Justin Fields. And we all would agree that Garrett Wilson's a better wide receiver, correct?
I think Garrett is better than DJ Moore, yes.
Okay. And would you agree that you'd be happy with 2,800 yards passing from Fields?
2,800?
Yeah, 2,800.
What's his career high? Do you know?
Less than that. Quite a bit less.
Okay, so career high, 2,800. I mean, it's obviously maybe. It's going to depend on how many rushing yards he has, but sure.
Okay. So I don't think because of how we're going to rush the ball, it's that mandatory that we do get a wide receiver too. Because if you, I haven't looked, but I would be willing to guess that any wide receiver too, outside of his wide receiver 1 and his tight end, I would be willing to guess that not a single guy's had more than like 450, 500 yards, and that would be max. My point is, if Garrett Wilson had 1,200 yards, which is less than what DJ Moore had, that would only leave 1,600 yards, okay? You divide that by 6 different groups of receivers, it's 267 apiece. Brees can get 267. Josh Reynolds can get 267. Hopefully, Tyler Johnson can get 267. Mason Taylor can get 267. So now all you're talking about is like Ruckert, Smart, and Isaiah Davis combined for 267, and then either Arian Smith or Malachi Corley getting 267, right? That literally puts you at like 2806. So when you break down the numbers,
but that smells like a 6-win season.
I don't necessarily agree, and I'm not necessarily saying all those players are going to get those numbers.
Jeremy Ruckert has like 200 career yards through 3 years. Now he's getting 260 yards.
No. You didn't hear what I said. I said a combination of Isaiah Davis, Jeremy Ruckert, and Stone Smart is one of those 6. Those 3 players is one of those 6. Right?
Fine. I don't know. I think they need more than that if they're going to be better than a 6-win team.
And that's not to say that Josh Reynolds is going to get 270, 267. He'll get more than that.
Josh Reynolds probably needs to get 700-800 yards.
Brees is going to get more than 267.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is when you start adding all these numbers up, let's say he does get even 500, right? Brees gets 500. Garrett gets his 12. That's 2,200 right there alone. So all of the rest of the team would have to only put in 600. That's talking Lazard. That's talking a combination either or of Corley or Arian Smith. It's talking.
So in your calculations, how many wins does this?
That's all the tight ends too, including Mason Taylor. So what I'm saying is 2,800 yards should be very, very easy to do. I've told you many times, I think we're 3-5 before the break and 6-3 after the break. I think we're 9-8.
I'd take 9-8.
All I'm saying is the path to 2,800 to 3,000 yards is not as hard as when you start breaking it down. I mean, I think we all agree that Brees should have 400 to 500 yards receiving. Right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Same with Reynolds, 500 yards.
Okay.
Again, that's Garrett with 2,200 yards.
2,200.
Mason Taylor, let's say Mason Taylor's rookie only gets 350.
Okay.
Okay, that's 2,550. Everybody else, including either Corley or Arian Smith, Tyler Johnson, all the other tight ends, the other running backs would only need to get 350 under that scenario. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the path there really isn't that extreme. If we have decent coaching and decent line play, it isn't even too crazy to say 3,200 yards and maybe 700-800 yards rushing.
Yeah, but we have no idea what this coaching staff is.
I mean, that's true.
I would
We
like,
just have,
but
we
also
have to put faith in
if he
Engstrand,
does those
you know?
numbers, I don't think the Jets are a very good team. I think Justin Fields has to throw for over 3,000 yards and have 800 yards rushing this year if this team's going to be good.
But that's what I'm saying. The numbers that I laid out, 3,200 yards would be nothing, because obviously when you start talking about all those other players only getting 350 yards, they're going to get more than that. So that the path to 32 is very easy. And
But
I
there's
think
going to be guys getting less than your calculations too. It's not all going to just be over.
Well, exactly. But you're talking about, Tyler Johnson, Corley, Arian Smith, both the other tight ends only getting 350. So that'd be 50 yards each. So you could take 100 from that guy and 100 from that guy, because you're literally talking about 50 yards for the whole fucking season for each of these guys.
All right, let's get you out of here on this. Did Rob from Glenhead fart during his call on the show? Yes or no?
All I heard was the click. I'm having a hard time hearing the thing before that, but the last thing I did want to say is that was a great touch on the mount on the play, but with Briga on the horse flipping the bird. I loved it. Thanks, Jake. Have a good one, bud.
Ladies and gentlemen, the optimistic Charleston Nude Jets Rob the Jet fans next. Hello, Rob. I mean, maybe a fart. Dr. Poop has weighed in on this. Hello, Dr. Poop.
Hey, Jake, this is the first time I've called in. I'm the Doctor of Poop, so obviously that was a fart. Me of all people could tell you that. I was actually in the shower. Everyone else was naked, I guess. So I just put it on while I was in the shower, but...
You do that often, Dr. Poop?
No. I told you before, I only usually see your Spotify, or I'm on Spotify to listen to it. But that's because your doesn't align with my schedule. I'm usually at work, so I listen to it on my way to work and back home.
Now, did you know that the show was a YouTube show, or you found it only through Spotify first? Like, what was your? How did you find the show?
I found it through Spotify.
So you were just looking for a Jet podcast, and you found our show.
Yeah, it was the first thing that popped up.
All right, there we go. I'm trying to grow my audio base, and this is an example of it paying off. So thank you.
Yeah, yep, that's all I have. So it was a fart.
Well, Dr. Poop, what are your qualifications for being a Dr. of Poop, by the way? You go to medical school for that?
I actually used to work at a wastewater plant, and I actually, I don't know, I have a lot of experience with wastewater, so.
You poor thing.
It's not bad. I mean,
does that job suck more than being a Jet fan?
It's a lot better than being a Jet fan. My mental health is not dependent on how the season goes each week. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, this was an impressive first call. You're probably the first caller that's ever called in naked for a first-time call.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dr. of Poop. Rob the Jet fans next. Hello, Rob. I'll tell you what, this is a show for the ages. July 3rd, 2025. If this team was ever good, I just like the calls, the fun we'd have. Like, we have fun and they suck. If the Jets were just 9-8 this year and snuck in as the 7th seed, this would be the most entertaining the show would be 5-6 hours long every day. We'd be having so much fun. But a great first call for Dr. Poop. Now, we have a rule on the show. You get 2 raffle tickets if it's your first call. I'm going to give Dr. Poop 3 for that one. And he called in. We had back-to-back naked callers, by the way. Anyone else pick up on that? This show attracts nudists. Ladies and gentlemen, Alec and then Gary will close us out tonight. What's up, Alec?
Man, I'm breaking the trend to being naked. I don't give a shit. But yeah, this is a show for the ages. I mean, I've never heard more poop and fart talk in Jets podcast, so I'm loving it.
Did Rob fart? What was your take on it?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting to give a hot take here, but I'm gonna clear him. I don't think it was. I think it was a shuffling of the phone on the table, and it was that little bit of that like drag, that you get. I think it was that. I'm gonna let him slide.
Now the thing is, JT made a good point though. He was talking at the beginning of the call about how he had to unmute his mic. So there's some speculation of, did he try and rip one before he unmuted the mic and got caught before he fully finished?
It could be that, because now that you're saying that, if I think back on the clip, if you want to run that clip again one more time, I don't think he's muted ever.
Rob, the Jet fans next. Hello, Rob.
You know, I don't think you could be muted and have the drag noise because that might be a fart. Might be a fart. I take that back.
Yeah, look, I love Rob. At first, I didn't hear it, but we got people in the chat that do this for a living that are all over it. So might be a fart.
I'm not going to argue with them. I'm calling for Jets reasons. So,
Okay.
I know we are this is a football organization, and we'll have some fun with it.
Well, it is fitting that we spend a lot of time talking about farts, and we're all Jet fans.
We're so fucking bad, so it's fine. And when it comes to the wide receiver talk, all the bullshit that we're looking at, I don't know why we haven't really talked much about Tyler Boyd as much as I thought we really should.
I didn't realize he was a free agent, to be honest. Like I actually would have no problem with the Jets. We're bringing him in on a 1 year deal. I thought he was signed somewhere.
I would love it. I think he makes so much sense. I know he's 30, but I'd run it with him for a year or two. I mean, I think he took like 2.5 or like 2.8 with the Titans last year. So it's like he's affordable, cheap, comes in, gives us some decent wide receiver 2 skills. But I don't really love the class that's still out there. If you kind of take some time to take a look, there's not a bunch of great options. I sneakily wouldn't be surprised if DJ Chark ends up here. That's my sleeper pick for who they roll the dice on, is DJ.
Man, he's probably better than some of the guys they have now. Like if they brought him in, I can't sit here and say what are they doing. Like he adds to the room a little bit. I just bring someone in. I think they're a guy short right now. Not that there's like these great options available, but I don't know. I think that's a position that they're going to have to address at some point this summer, I'd imagine.
Yeah, they're both $2 million-ish a year options. They give us some opportunities, I guess, like during the camp to see what's going on. I don't know who mentioned it, but the tight end room does kind of, if we can stabilize there's some pass catching there. I do think that with the running backs makes up the difference. But I looked at Justin Fields' stuff and who was an option for him in 23 with that last year with the Bears. And his wide receiver room was a joke too, outside of DJ. Really, I think his next highest pass catcher had 20 receptions or 30 receptions or something like that. So he didn't really have options. I'm not against the idea that he has over 3,000 yards with Garrett having a good season of 1,200. Brees has 500 yards receiving pretty easily, and then the tight ends and our wide receiver 2 make out the other 1,500, or whatever it comes out to be to get there, 1,300 to get there. So I don't think that's impossible. He'll run a good amount. Our O-line's going to be better than anything he's ever had. I don't know how anybody thinks we're stuck at a cap with 2,800 yards or anything less from him. He'll be fine.
Look, I just hope that Fields taking another step forward can help make some of these guys that we have questions on maybe elevate them a little bit, right? I'm not expecting Fields to be a prolific passer, but if he's in the right scheme, the right offense, they could find ways to take advantage of certain players' skill set. Like Arian Smith's super fast. Do they have some packages where they could take advantage of that? Corley even, right? If he's on this team, can they basically coach up the talent that is in that room, whatever unique skill set these guys do have? Maybe they're not complete receivers, but they do something well and they maximize that. And then maybe you can get around it a little bit if you want to be an optimist.
There is 3 or 4 ex-Lions wide receivers who are available right now who fit the mold of what we want for guys in the future. You have, I don't actually know if Allen Robinson played for a second for the Lions there, but he's out there. DJ Chark's out there, and people who have kind of had their styles of play are out there. So I'm sure the Lions connection will continue to give us somebody and some more connections. But there's options out there. I think we'll be all right.
From your lips to God's ears, Alec. Great call. You got to call more, Alec. I always enjoy your calls, man. We go back and forth on a bunch of topics all the time.
You know what? I will call in some more. I've been a little bit of a bum about it, hanging out, hitting the golf course a little bit more, but definitely gonna try to be there. I'm out here in Chicago, so I'm not in friendly territory. That's
Fields country. So you know him well. Love it.
I know him well.
Alec, great job, man. Appreciate it. All right, we'll do one more call here. Reminder: if you tuned in late, maybe you're gonna watch the beginning of the show. But if you still want in on the raffle, I'm putting together the names as we speak. So last chance to either gift the membership or send in a super chat. And I'm going to give away a signed Wayne Corbett jersey right at the end of the stream. And if you don't win, you're entered in our weekly prizes, which features signed items by Namath, Klecko, Maynard, and Revis. this week. By the way, speaking of Revis, I retweeted it if you guys want to see it. Someone tweeted out a clip of Darrelle Revis against the Atlanta Falcons in 2009. This is prime Revis, best season I've ever seen from a corner. Should have won Defensive Player of the Year that year. Rewatching that, and it was like all 22, but just isolated on. He's running the routes for Roddy White and whoever the receivers were for Atlanta that year. Like, he was otherworldly, man. It was just a reminder just how special Revis was in his prime. He was unreal. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring in our closer. Fart or no fart? We ask a man who's got an opinion on everything. Rob, the Jet fans next. Hello, Rob.
I don't know what that is. It could be a fart, but it doesn't sound remotely like a fart to me. If you ask me what it could be, I would have no idea. It doesn't sound like a fart to me.
What does it sound like?
I have no idea. I couldn't even guess, but like I wouldn't put a fart on that guess either. Like that doesn't sound like a fart to me. But I don't know. Like if you ask me anything, I would say it doesn't really sound like that either. I don't
if
know.
you watch back the combo I had with Rob when I at first thought that he didn't fart, he's kind of laughing and smirking a little bit. I mean, there might have been some tells there that he thought he got away with one.
Let me just speculate, right? If that's a fart, that is the wettest fart of all time. If you let that go, you're checking your pants immediately. That sounds. If that's a fart, that is the wettest fart ever. By the way, you would check instantly. That's why I don't think it's a fart. Like no one would be that stoic, and that's you would check immediately. Like, is that a fart? I mean, okay, it's a fart. I'm good. Or I got to get in the bathroom. Couple of things. Big Cho. I don't know, you let me back here in the green room to grow mold. What is this? How long you leaving me back here for?
Me?
I'm here all show. Yeah, I'm here all show.
Well, I wanted you to close, and I put you on in a couple different spots.
All right, if I'm going to close, I want.
I like the versatility though. I threw you on with Bobby earlier. I think I threw you on with. Did I throw you on with Beast? Was that this morning?
I was only on with Black Gypsy. And I like Black Gypsy, I do, but enough already. Enough with if I'm the closer, I want the Edwin Diaz horns. I want the Edwin Diaz music.
I'll get you quicker next time, Gary. I thought I was saving the best for last. Jeez.
All right, I'll take it then. I'll take it. All right. Big Cho. You hit a Denver Broncos helmet, the old school D with the horse blowing smoke. No one was gonna comment on that.
I think it's been brought up to him before. We definitely mentioned it to him.
He's gone. I've never seen him other than just sitting with his phone. I've never seen his crib before.
It looks nice.
Yeah. Well, he's a very successful basketball coach, Jake.
I actually have a photo of him coaching that this was sent to me by an astute listener.
Are you looking forward to getting LeBron James?
I do not think the Knicks are getting LeBron.
All right. In his comments about the Lakers, it was all past tense. Like, I had a good run. It was a good experience. I enjoyed being here. It was all past tense, which tells me he's not staying in LA.
I mean, maybe at some point they'll do a buyout or something around the deadline. I don't know. I think LeBron was annoyed that he wasn't getting any attention, and this is the best way to get people to talk about LeBron again. Put out a cryptic statement through your agent. If he wanted to leave, guess what he should have done? Opted out. He doesn't need the money. He's a billionaire. And go play for the veterans minimum on any team you want and give yourself a chance to win a ring.
Dirk and Duncan did it on their way. They took massive pay cuts to stay where they were and build a winning team. LeBron, and I'm not trying to dunk on LeBron. Like, it's his money. He's entitled to it. He signed the contract. But if he really wanted to win, he would have did what Rodgers did. Rodgers, I'd play for $10 million, which would probably make him amongst the lowest starting quarterbacks in football who's not on a rookie deal, right? Rodgers wants to win again. If James really wanted to win again, he would say, I'll play for $10 million a year. Just get me in the door on a winning team, and let's try to win one more. I'm not trying to dunk on LeBron, though. And then I'm disappointed in V-Man. V-Man doesn't like the United States?
No, I know. Look, V-Man does like the United States, but we give him a hard time about Puerto Rico. And we're like, you like Puerto Rico more than the U.S. And last year during the Olympics, I said to him, hey, the U.S. is playing Puerto Rico. Who are you rooting for? And he said Puerto Rico. And then I said, okay, the Puerto Rico's out. The U.S. is playing against. And we went through all these countries. And the U.S. wasn't the answer on every one. Like, I was just like, what are you talking about?
It's Texas versus all of y'all. So if Texas played all of y'all, I would root for Texas.
You were born in New York.
Outside of that,
you're not even truly from Texas.
What does that mean? Like,
you were born in New York. What do you mean?
All right,
Texas
so let
versus all
me.
your
Is Tim Tebow from the Philippines?
You grew up in New York.
Right? What was
you
that?
went to college in New York.
I lived in both places for about half my life. I've lived in Texas a little longer now.
But you act like you're all like Texas forever, man. It's like you've been in New York a long time too.
I've been in New York 10 years, and then I was in Texas for 8, and then I was in New York for 10.
So this is nothing. So this is nothing like 13. Tim Tebow being born in the Philippines.
Well, you're saying you're. I'm trying to get to what your point. Like, how old do you have to be? Like, how long do you have to have grown up in a place to say I'm from there? I guess is my question. If you move when you're 2, it's not like I was born in Brooklyn. I would never ever say I'm from Brooklyn. I lived there till I was 2. I don't remember a day of it. You know what I'm saying?
You root for all the New York teams too, by the way.
Well, yeah, because I left New York when I was 10. So
but that's what I'm saying. So you had some of your formative years in New York.
See, this is like my mom goes through the same thing. My mom left Italy, left Sicily when she was 12. She goes to America, or she's in America, and they call her Italian. She goes to Italy, and they call her American. I don't know. I'll be whatever you want me to be. I'm just saying, if it was Texas versus all of y'all, I would root for Texas. However, if it was America versus anybody else, obviously I'm rooting for America.
I agree. V-Man, I think, is going to enjoy July 4th, despite what anyone thinks.
It's hard not to enjoy July 4th. To me, it's the most fun holiday of the year.
I'm glad I'm working for 4.5 hours of it.
It's in the morning, though, right?
Yeah, I'll be done by 2:30, so I'll be done.
Go out.
And I'll watch the baseball, the barbecue, the whole thing after.
Barbecue, fireworks, firing guns. It's the most all-American day that there is.
America, baby. Yeah.
The second best country behind only Texas. I wanted to talk about.
Gator says you can't be the closer because it's like finishing a meal with a salad.
It's not like finishing a meal with a salad. It's like finishing a meal with a steak. The whole meal is the steak.
I do appreciate you closing, though, because it gave me time to get the Dr. Poops 2 raffle or 2 super chats in for the raffle here. Dr. Poop, 4 more total tickets for you. He says, thanks for trusting me to join in. I needed to add my input. Hopefully I can make time for more live streams. Next time I'll be fully closed. And then he says, also, just to add, my dog's name is Corbett. Wow, Dr. Poop. Maybe he wins it. That'd be pretty cool.
So I wanted to also comment. I think it was the naked Charleston Rube guy, whatever his name is.
Is that his name? Naked Charleston Rube?
The guy that never has a shirt on.
His
I
name is
actually
Rube.
thought he lived in a nudist colony until like he was at the beach. I was like, oh, he's just never had.
No,
a
he
shirt.
does. He does live in a nudist colony.
He had shorts on today.
Yeah, but that's because he wasn't at the colony.
Does he actually live in a nudist colony?
There's two. He calls in from the nudist colony, and then it's like, you ever been to a beach? The entire beach is not always nude. There's parts of it that are.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I have a close friends of our family whose parents are weird, and they live in a nudist colony down like the Rio Grande Valley. Like they're nudists.
Really?
I'm not going. They're my age or a little younger, so their parents are probably 70. I don't want to go to that nudist colony. I don't want to be there. Yeah, I don't think it's what every man's envisioning, where there's like supermodels walking around naked. I don't think it's that. I think it's weirdos who are probably overweight and old walking around. I don't think it's.
It sounds like you're an ageist, though. What's your issue with 7-year-olds being in the nude?
Look, if it's something that they agree on, if they all want to live in a nudist colony, keep it in the nudist colony.
Do you think nudists should have a right to vote?
I'm not going there. It wouldn't disqualify them, but if they have mental health issues, which I'm thinking they might, then no, they can't vote. But just that alone, if they check all the other boxes, I suppose they can vote. I don't understand this fascination with voting though. Like it's the most important thing in the world. Go vote. It's like, what's the big deal? You can see nothing changes. It's all the same. It's all the same. Like it's you're all good. Don't worry about it. Like the country I love this country. It's a country in decline. It's not
Nudists are people too, Gary.
They are. They're naked people. They're naked people.
Would you like to apologize to Charleston?
No, I didn't say anything bad about nudists. I didn't say anything derogatory. And if I did, I meant what I said, so I'm not going to apologize for it.
Chris says, Jay, can I be in the raffle? I wrote a member milestone chat for 1 month comment. Sorry, my fault. I think it wasn't read. Well, Chris, if I missed it, that's my bad. I will put you in the raffle, my friend.
Chris is my favorite person in the chat.
I wish Chris would call into the show. I want to get a chance to talk to Chris. He's here every day.
He comes in my Nets channel too, so he's like one of 12 people on a Nets channel, and he says like the nicest things. My Dylan, my co-host, is like, "This is such a nice guy." Like, yeah, I don't have the heart to tell him that he says this about everybody.
No, you're saying it's not genuine.
I know. I think it's genuine. I think he genuinely feels that way, but it's not like we're not special in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're definitely special.
Perhaps. As far as the receiver situation. You guys, Arian Smith's name doesn't even get mentioned. You guys are all going to owe me a big apology 8 months from now, whenever the season's over, about Arian Smith. He's not going to have 70 catches for 800 yards, but he's going to make some plays, and he's going to have a bunch of touchdowns and a bunch of game-changing plays and a bunch of catches on third down. He did it to the Longhorns. I looked up the stats. He had like 3 catches. He had back-to-back catches on third downs to move the chain. It just seemed like he had way more than that because he was the best player on the field in the Georgia game. Arian Smith, in the Georgia-Alabama game, he was the best player on the field. The Texas-Georgia game, he killed Texas. He's a playmaker. He's not going to have gaudy stats. But that's a good player. And that's your number 3. So now just between Lazard, Lazard, I guess it's Lazard. Who's Lazard's on number 2 right now?
No, Reynolds is.
Reynolds. He's an Aggie.
Great.
Reynolds. Yeah. Okay. I'm not trying to dunk on Reynolds. He's a pro. His best season is probably 500, 600 yards. Wouldn't you rather just give Corley a crack at it? Let's see what Corley can do than run Reynolds out there. I know we signed him, so we're going to play him. But
Gator, this show traditionally has closers who are out there. Yeah, I mean,
I'd rather
Reynolds is clearly better than everyone else they signed or had internally. That's the problem. That's my point. It's like he's clear cut number 2. He shouldn't be clear cut if you're a serious football team. You should have someone that could at least push Josh Reynolds to be the second best receiver next to your superstar receiver Garrett Wilson.
Mason Taylor, I think, is going to be the wild card here. I think he's going to get Fields. Like always is like this tight end. We've used a high pick on him for a tight end. Not too many. What was he picked? Like 42, 44? What was it? That's
Mason
high.
Taylor, 42. Yeah, very 42.
High pick. That's a high pick for a tight end. That means you have expectations for him.
Yeah.
Can he get 700 yards this year? Can he get 60 catches for 700 yards? Is that in the realm? Is that in the Overton window?
Can he do that?
Is that possible? Is that a ridiculous ask?
I mean, he'd be one of the better rookie tight ends if he's gonna put up like big numbers like that.
Picked high. You know
I know.
Like,
well, Sam Laporta, look what he did as a rookie. Like that was and Brock Bowers, your guy last year, was obviously so. The last 2 years, we've seen a tight end come into the league and play really, really well. Bowers was historic. Laporta was really, really good. I mean, I like Mason Taylor. I think if we're expecting him to do what Sam Laporta did, we're probably setting him up to underachieve. But I think he could be a really good, productive player as a rookie. Yeah, I think he'll probably be someone that by the end of the season, we're talking about, hey, Mason Taylor taking that step in year 2. It's going to be awesome for us. I think we'll be having that conversation a year from now.
And then the last thing I wanted to touch on was Fields. We talked, can he throw for 2,800 yards? That would be a career high. The question is, can he play 16 or 17 games? If he can, 2,800 yards is what he'll throw for. He threw for 25 and 22, and he played 15 games and 13 games. I mean,
right. My point was, though, that's not enough. Like, he was like, Charleston was talking about that, like, oh, we could get that. I'm like, yeah, but like, that's not like, those stats aren't like we're winning 6. We're not winning more than 6 games with those numbers. I don't think.
All right, hang on. Factor in those 2 years playing just 15 and 13 games. He ran for 1,100 and 700. Right, so that's an average of 900 yards a year. So if you're throwing for 2,800 and running for 1,000, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how you move the chain. I don't care how you get the yards. I don't care how we score the touchdowns. I care that we score the touchdowns. I care that we move the chains. I care that we get the first downs. If he gets them with his legs, he gets them with his legs. And that was my problem with Zach. Clearly, Zach can't consistently convert third downs with his arm. Try to do it with your legs. Try to do something. And like Fields has proven he can run. He ran for, was that a record? 1,100 yards at that time? Was that a record for?
Yeah, it was,
right?
He broke the quarterback rushing record. Yep.
And he did it in 15 games. So he missed 2 games and still broke the record. Like, if he throws for 180 and runs for 80 and a touchdown and we win game 17-13, I'm good. That's fine. I mean, it's not going to be pretty. It's a win. A win is a win.
So how many wins?
I don't care how he wins them. 100%.
Are we getting 9 wins? Are we getting 10? 11?
I'm going to say 8, but we're playing meaningful game. I think not. I think 7 is the floor and 10 is the ceiling. I think we're in the middle. And as long as like Glenn is a decent coach, we should be in the middle. So 7 to 10, I'm going to say 8 because last year I thought I went crazy with 13. So I'm going to tune it back a little bit. I'm going to reel it back a little. I'm going to say 8 wins, which we'll have meaningful games in December. We can, the season's not going to be over by Halloween again.
From your lips to God's ears.
8 wins is from my lips. 8 wins is how low the bar is.
It's bad. Sad.
All right, y'all. I think that's all I got.
All right, Gary.
All right.
Thanks for your time as always.
All right, thank you.
Did somebody say Brock Bowers?
Just for old time's sake. Let's see. Clancy says monthly memberships get in the raffle. No, that was just for Chris B, Clancy, because the guy is in every show ever. He never calls in or super chats, so I was just trying to be nice. But Clancy, I'm a fan of yours, so maybe I'll make an exception for you. He says, everyone have a happy 4th of July. I'll be at Citi Field Sunday. Let's go, Yanks. Clancy, bring us a W. Subway Series tomorrow. A little afternoon baseball on Friday for July 4th. All right. What a show this has been. If you tuned in late, if you missed any of it, I don't even know how to describe it. A lot was said. A lot happened. Newer listeners, OG listeners, all a part of it. Incredible. What we're going to do right now is cap it off with something special. Going to cap it off with a signed Wayne Corbett jersey. Got it right here. I will mail it to you, to whoever wins. You can't actually see the inscription here. It's on the other side. This is the front of the jersey. It's on the back. But you'll take my word for it. If you win, just send me the address where to send it. And on that note, let me pull up the Wheel of Champions because we got to spin it to find out who's going to win today's top Asmaniac prize. The raffle starts now.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Here we go, baby. You see the names on the screen. And now we need some music. Hit it. Dun, dun, dun. All the names have been entered. This is across both shows today. July 4th Eve here on the program. Thanks to everyone who continues to support. Makes it possible for us to do these things. And we will continue to do raffles, especially a lot of them in volume this month, because as I keep saying, if you're a Jet fan watching Jet programming in late June, now July, you're a diehard. And we appreciate you. All right, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. The winner of the signed Wayne Corbett jersey is Bo C. Congratulations to Bo C. Bo gifted a bunch of memberships at the beginning of the show, and he's the winner.
Bo knows football. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows tennis. Bo knows basketball, too.
Bo knows channel membership.
My mic on mute? There we go. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. You guys are awesome. Bo C, congrats again. I am not doing YouTube tomorrow, but I am doing radio for 4 hours. So if you want to tune in, 10 to 2:30, ESPN New York, 800-919. ESPN's the number if you want to call in. 800-919-3776. Talking Yankees. The Gotham Sports app. Worse than the Jets, by the way, the Gotham Sports app. I had the Yankee game on. It just crashed on me. Brutal. On that note, I'm done. Thank you all for watching. I end the show with a short clip that should remind everybody exactly what you need to do. Go Jets, everybody.
Hey, here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you got to make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.